Yes, people, we are back. We are live. Welcome back to the Beyond the Ball podcast. It has been a long time. It's been since Christmas, but we're back. Episode number 17. We're going to discuss a lot of the football world. We're going to discuss everything that's going on in football at the moment. We've got the World Cup coming up. We've got the 2025-2026 season. I can't even talk. Fucking hell, sorry. I can't even talk. 2025-2026 season so far. And we also got the FA Cup quarterfinals this weekend. Big game. Man City, Liverpool. Can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be a big game tomorrow. Early kickoff for me. Like a 12:45 p.m. kickoff in the UK, isn't it, tomorrow? It's going to be a big one tomorrow. Finally, I missed these 6 p.m. kickoffs, man. I had to wait till 7 over here in Thailand. But listen, we are live. Josh, how are you doing, man? All good?
Welcome back. Doing all right, Akvin. I am currently in my pants, so the camera will not be on for the majority of this show. Unfortunately, the viewers can't see my beautiful face this stream, but on the other hand, this is Beyond the Ball. We're back. We're better than ever. This is the best show on the entire internet, and anyone who is lucky enough to be here, do drop a like, drop a subscribe if you somehow haven't already, and let's kick on, Akvin. We've got a hell of a lot to discuss.
Yeah, man. Word to what Josh said. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Also, make sure you guys turn the notification bell so you don't miss a live, you don't miss an upload, and you don't miss any videos that are posted on the channel. I posted a clip about the NBA, so make sure you guys check it out if you're an NBA fan. But this is football. We're going to discuss a lot of football. We're going to discuss things related to football. And also, make sure you guys subscribe to Josh's channel. I will put the link in the description of the video. Make sure you guys go check it out over there. You can see in his title, in his name title right there. Go check out Pain of the Arsenal out, and yeah, subscribe to him. Are you close to 50 subscribers already, or are you past already 50 subscribers?
God knows, mate. God knows. I think I'm on about 42, so 8 more to go. But as I always say, Akvin, AN Sports is the priority here. Yes, it is.
My guests are always the priority. You know what I mean? I always say.
Yeah, humble gimmick, you know.
You guys always give me so much, so much stream. You guys always give me a lot of respect, and I pay respect back to my guests and all my panelists. As always, big up to Ranveer, big up to you, my guy. Make sure you guys subscribe to Ranveer Talks Racing, everyone, if you haven't done so already. If you guys are interested in the MotoGP and all the good stuff, go check out his channel.
We're here for Ranveer's redemption as well.
Yeah, man. There's some content. Go check it out. But yeah, man, let's get started, Josh. Obviously, we do have the season so far to discuss. I think, yeah, sure. Actually, do you know what? I can do this one right now. Can you guys name your top 5 favorite football players of all time? Yes, I can do that right now, actually. Let's do that right now. Good start to the video.
I feel before we begin, there is a huge, huge difference between what we consider the best and what we consider the favourite. I have favourite films, but I can widely acknowledge that they are not the best films. You know what I mean? Like something like Top Gun, one of my favourite films ever, but it is definitely not one of the best films of all time. The Godfather, Part 1, however, is one of the best films of all time. I don't necessarily enjoy it. The same applies here. So, Akvin, I'll let you, as the host, do your top 5 and I'll bring out mine. No. Bear in mind, it will be heavily Arsenal dominated, which I believe is, understandable.
So this is your time. Go ahead.
Well, my favourite ever football player is also my favourite ever Arsenal football player, which is Santi Cazorla. Little magician. Ever since I was younger, I loved the guy. And yeah, what can I say? Magical football player. The injury that I'm sure you're aware of the Real Oviedo story that he did as well, where he was set to never play again. He was almost forced to retire. He had to they had to surgically remove arm skin that had his daughter's name on, as a tattoo, and put it on his Achilles instead or something like that. And he still managed to get back into football. And I think he scored the winning penalty or the equalising penalty to promote Real Oviedo back to La Liga. I think that only happened last season as well. So, listen, I always loved the guy. When I first got into football, he made me fall in love with football. So, yeah, he's my favourite player of all time. As for the other 4, I'll have to go with Alexis Sanchez. Obviously, I first started getting into football. Alexis was the guy as far as Arsenal were concerned. In my humble opinion, obviously I am an Arsenal fan, but I believe he's better than Eden Hazard. But I know Chelsea fans will hang my head on the stick for that, so fight me about it. But still, I have to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang as well. He was our only shining light in an era of absolute turmoil. Obviously, I complain a lot now about Arsenal, but objectively, we are in a good position, a very good position. When Aubameyang was at the club, we were anything but. We were a club in turmoil, and he delivered us our last piece of silverware to date, as we all know. So he has to be in there. I have to go with Lionel Messi. He's just simply unbelievable. I was lucky to watch him. I wasn't old enough to watch him when he first, began his prime, so to speak, i.e. 2008 onwards. But I managed to catch him 2016 onwards mainly, and the guy was still a magician. He was always a magician. One performance of his that will always stick out to me is the first leg of the Champions League semi-final against Liverpool 2019. Less said about the second leg, the better, but that free kick, oh my word. And what he did to Manchester United in the previous round was insane as well.
Yeah.
The guy is just an absolute magician. And Akerin, I know you're a Ronaldo fan, but you have to acknowledge that Messi is a force of nature, so to speak.
I've admired and I've known how good he's been, and obviously,
Yeah, cool.
Nothing wrong with acknowledging somebody's credit and somebody's career. There's no problem at all. And listen, football incredible, like nothing wrong with it. But here's to my top 5. Unless you've completed your top 5, yes.
Well, there's one more space. I don't really know who to put there, but
no, go ahead.
That's a tough one. I think I'll go with I'm going to go with Timu Pukki.
Okay.
Very soon know how he started the 1920 season. Obviously, I'm from Norwich as well. There's a whole buzz around the city. He led us to 2 championship title wins. Yeah, he was really clinical, and he's definitely a Norwich legend. So big up to him. There you have it. Akerin, what are your top 5?
This is going to be basically like Man United, because I obviously growing up supporting Man United, I've seen many good players. Obviously, I didn't see the majority of Fergie's era. I wasn't alive until 1999, right? I was born in the year that we won the treble. So that only makes me feel blessed that I'm a United fan. That makes me feel, blessed that I support Man United, because I was born in the year we won the treble. However, I wish I started watching football a lot more earlier than I did. I wish I started watching football a lot earlier than when I started. I wish I started watching in 2006, because I would have.
You missed out on the greatest ever team.
I've seen us lose a Champions League final, but I've never seen us win a Champions League final. That's the difference.
Well,
I've seen many great things Man United have done.
I think your 08-09 team. I think you started watching football in 08-09, didn't you?
Yeah. 08-09.
Yeah. I think that squad was better than 07-08, because obviously you added Berbatov to your attackers. But I mean, at the end of the day, they only got to the final. They didn't win it, so objectively, they weren't better than the team previously. So you must be real pains about that. I can't know.
No, the final that I watched was 2010-2011. It wasn't 08-09.
Fair enough.
I didn't watch that final. But
probably for the best.
The one I'm talking about is the year that obviously I started watching football towards the back end of that season, so I didn't really see much of. Well, I saw 3 Premier League titles, so that counts anyway. I saw us kind of lift the Premier League trophy. The last game was the 0-0 against Arsenal. We didn't win the game, but we won the title. the one that I watched, I saw us win the Premier League in 2010, 2011. Oh, that Blackburn away game, that Rooney penalty, and then we ended up drawing the game to win the title. I love that so much. 2010, 2011, and obviously Fergie's final year. Fergie's final year. That was heartbreaking and happy and emotional at the same time. So yeah, man. 3 Premier League titles, 3 League Cups, 2 FA Cups.
No, I know this flex fella.
I've seen us win quite a lot, to be honest with you. So it's not that.
Yeah, I've seen us win 5 FA Cups and beat that. Hold.
Well, I've seen us win 3 Premier Leagues.
Hey, leave me be, man. If not for the bloke in my FFP, or should I say PFP, we probably would be on about 3 Premier League titles by now. But alas, that isn't the case.
That is true. That is true. But anyways, the top 5 favorite United players of all time. But let me just pick up the chat first and foremost, because I don't want to comment slowing in. Big up Sanket, big up to my guy from India, big up to you, my brother.
Big up.
Yes, I know, Steve. Don't worry, bro. I know you. I know it's you. I can tell by your
Big up.
Big up to you, Steve. Big up Lumen. Big up to you as well, my guy. Don't worry, Steve. Like I said, I remember the picture. So yeah, man. Big up to you. Anyways, my top 5 favorite Man United players of all time. Ranveer, you are correct here, bro. You're 100% correct here. Yeah, it's not about accolades and everything. It's about what you enjoy and facts. And you're 100% spot on, bro. 100% spot on. All right, my top 5 favorite Man United players of all time. It's so hard to put in order because can I just tell you can I just not tell you in order except number 1?
Yeah, well, I know who number 1 is. I think everyone who watches this channel knows who number 1 is.
Yeah. And everyone who knows me personally knows who my favorite player is. So, and I'm gonna watch him in a couple hours as well, actually. So he's playing in about an hour and a half. So I gotta be ready for that one. Anyways, what was I gonna say? All right, I don't know if I could say top 5, but like 5 to 1. But I can say number 1, but in order it's very difficult. Very difficult to put it. I'll give my honorable mentions as well. In terms of who I've enjoyed watching as well. All right.
This is intense.
Number 5. All right, Ryan Giggs. I've seen Ryan Giggs towards the back end of his career, but yeah, he was still bossing it. He was still doing wonders on that flank. When people had the audacity to compare Jack Grealish to Ryan Giggs, that offended me big time. And I was like, the guy won 13 Premier League titles. Yeah, on the left wing or on the right wing, wherever the fuck he played, doesn't matter. He was still a wizard, the Welsh wizard. He was called the Welsh wizard for a reason, bro. My guy was called the wizard for a reason. All right, treble winner. Number 4, Paul Scholes. I think Paul Scholes was a player that I seen score a few nice goals as well. Number 3. Actually, I don't know. I think I'm going in the wrong order because I do have a lot of players. Carrick. Just as a player, listen, I've watched Carrick play for 8 years. Just as a player and just that bias I had towards Carrick, I just love Carrick a lot as a player. I think he was one of my favorite players. Like, genuinely one of my favorite players to watch at Man United. I'll always remember that assist that he played for Chicharito, man, against Newcastle, 4-3 2012. That was one of the best assists. Not one of the best assists, but just the time of it. Just the time of it and how it happened. And when it happened. And on that exact same night, Man City lost 1-0 to Sunderland as well. And we extended our gap at the top of the table. So that only made it even better. The fact that we scored in Fergie time on Boxing Day against Newcastle yet again. And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. And Chicharito with the winner, man. Chicharito is my honorable mention because the way I watched Chicharito, that 2010-2011 season alone, just that season alone, the impact he had on the team in terms of winning the league was unbelievable. Just unbelievable, man. Honestly. And Lubin, I hope this is rage bait because I'm sorry, this is bullshit. Just a decent Man United player. It's just sorry, man. I don't think you watched Michael Carrick close enough to tell me that he's a decent player. He was a great player. One of the most underrated players in the Premier League, in my opinion. Seriously. One of the most underrated players in the Premier League. If you had to make an underrated Premier League 11, he's in it. He's in it.
That's a big claim.
I wouldn't say world class, but I would say legendary. I wouldn't say
we're doing FIFA rankings. So.
Yeah, man, FIFA rankings. Anyways, number 2, yeah, it's Wayne Rooney. It just explains it. Like the guy was just a goal machine.
He's a Scouser, by the way.
It doesn't matter if he's a Scouser. He's not a Liverpool Scouse. He's a Everton Scouse. We're fine, bro. You know what I mean? We've got a few Scousers in our team. We had a few. We had Gary Neville. We had Phil Neville. We had Wayne Rooney. We had all them guys. You know what I mean? And by the way, I've actually met a Scouse Man United fan. Did you know that?
They don't exist. They do not exist. How the hell are you possibly a Scouse Manchester United fan? That's bullshit. It has to be.
I've met one. He was an author that was from Liverpool, but he came to my school. He said he supported Man United.
Nah.
I'm not joking.
That guy must be sexing, man. That is crazy work.
He was an author that was in my school many, many years ago. Like he visited from the UK and I met him. He said he supported Man United, but he's from Liverpool. I'm not joking, by the way, guys. I'm saying this is real. This is real. I'm not bullshitting. Right? This was actual. Like it actually happened. Right?
That guy probably got chased to Thailand because everyone couldn't believe his choice of club to support. I can't lie.
Maybe
he probably got deported by the UK government. That is so scum.
Maybe it's for all Everton and they like Rooney so much. The fact that he went to United support United.
Yeah, I mean that would be more understandable. But still, a Scouser supporting Manchester United is crazy.
I mean, to be fair with you, it's pretty much the same as saying like a Lakers fan in Boston. That's quite fair. You know.
Yeah, fair enough.
But anyways, man, I don't know, man. I just think that Rooney was one of the most impactful players. Just the way he, won games, just the way he scored goals, the clutch, that Rooney bicycle kick that he scored against Man City will always be in my memory forever. Just the goal, the timing, the game, the season, the title run, bro, that was unbelievable, man. And just that Champions League final goal was always quality. The equalizer he got us was unbelievable as well. Rooney was one of those players you just could count on. He'll win you a game single-handedly. Like, you just count on him, he'll win you a game single-handedly. Rooney, for me, will always be in my top 5 Man United players of all time. I don't agree with some of the things he's done off the pitch post his career. However, as a Man United player, will always be one of my favorite players of all time.
Check out Steve's comment. That's fucking brilliant.
I will. I lived next to Scotland about 15 years ago. Yeah, African grey parrot. He would squawk all day long. And he sounded awful. The parrot sounded nice though.
Fair enough, mate.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
No, to be fair, the Scousers I've met are quite nice.
I think I understand what he means. It's sometimes when Scousers talk, they sometimes sound a bit like the way the parrots sound. You know what I'm trying to say?
Bro, when I was at the Brighton-Liverpool game, yeah. The Scouser asked me for a lighter, and obviously I didn't have one, but it was telling me about one time he parked near Anfield and the exhaust to his car got stolen.
He what? Sorry.
He parked near Anfield one time going to a Liverpool game, and the exhaust of his car got stolen.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. Like, but that's what it's like living in Liverpool. And I was like, "Is that a common occurrence?" And he was like, "Nah, lad. He usually still tires, robbing cunts." It's like,
Yeah, because you know what?
yeah, I'm telling you now. Do not. If you have a car, do not go into Liverpool with it because your tires will probably be stolen. That's what I learned. So,
Do you know what it is, bro? It's like these people, they love to park their cars at random spots. So of course they'll get stolen when you're going to football matches. Like, what do you expect? Like, if you don't park your car at the ground, you're most likely gonna get you're most likely gonna get your car stolen, or you're either gonna get your car, vandalized or whatever that crap. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Stealing in Liverpool, they'd have wheels off a jumbo jet if it flew too low.
Yeah, to be fair, it does sound that way. I'm sure Scousers are nice. I think they are nice people, but yeah, it can get a bit, crazy. And if you are disrespectful towards Liverpool as a city, they will come out for blood. So, yeah, just be careful. Watch your step and your mouth and your car size.
Like in Burbank business here, car exhaust have like stuff like platinum and copper inside, so people steal them using their angle grinders and sell them to scrap yards for crap metal prices. I've never been to Liverpool. I don't know what it's like, but I can tell you you're.
Fibbing about what?
What do you mean?
Bro.
I'm not lying, by the way, about that also.
Oh, about that guy. Yeah, I'm sorry. A Scouts Manchester United fan.
No, I'm not. I promise you, hand on heart. I promise you, he's told me he was a United fan.
No, I can understand why he wasn't in the UK after that. So
no,
fair play.
He told me that he came from. Oh, flipping a car. Okay, my bad. Your car getting stolen. Yeah. Okay, I get that. Yeah, I get that. But anyways, number one, I mean, you already know who my favorite player is. Like, come on, I don't have to explain any further. Cristiano Ronaldo, like somebody who I grew up idolizing from 2012-13. Like somebody who, do you know what? Like when he was at Madrid, I just love the explosiveness he had. Like people said he was better than. There are some people out there who are saying he was better than Man United. He was more skillful at Man United as a player, just as a goal scorer. That's my favorite part about him as a player. His goal scoring ability. How just the way he scored goals. He could score. However it is, he could score a goal.
I think he was known as a sort of he was known as a dribbler until a knee injury in 2012, I think, and therefore he had to adapt to become a more goal poaching sort of winger.
2014.
It was 2014, was that? Fair play.
2014, because I remember. Do you remember that goal against Galatasaray that he dribbled around 3 defenders? Like
yes, yeah, left-footed finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, left-footed finish, top corner. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like Ronaldo could score goals however he could. Like it's just the way he scored them goals, the bangers, the way he dribbled, and he finished them chances, both foot header. You name it, bro. The hat trick after hat trick after hat trick. I grew up idolizing this guy, and a lot of the things he does, it just makes me idolize him. Like the fact that he doesn't drink, he doesn't get tattoos, he doesn't, and all the good stuff, man. Like, trust me, it's also part of why I idolize him. He's a very good person. He was always a family man, a very good person first, So listen, Ronaldo, my personal GOAT. If you say Messi, fair enough. For me, it's Ronaldo, and yeah, man, it's my favorite player for a reason.
That's understandable. I feel with Messi, it feels like destiny. What he's gone on to achieve and how he plays and how similar he was to Maradona, I suppose. So that's a big part of my reason. But I completely understand the CR7 thing. I don't know about. I can't say this with any certainty, but the majority of people probably idolise Ronaldo, especially when they were younger, purely because of the sole focus on goal scoring. And obviously, he was handsome. He could speak English.
Even
Messi didn't have the looks on his side, I suppose. I can see that.
it's not even that, bro, Josh. I think even today, kids, idolize Ronaldo. They grew up saying that Ronaldo was an inspiration because of his longevity as well. He's
Yeah,
so
I think the
healthy.
longevity of both of them is something to behold, to be honest.
The hard work he puts in on the training pitches, the way he keeps himself healthy, his body, it's a lot to idolize, man. So trust me, Ronaldo #1 always, and my favorite person, even like idol in general, but my favorite person on the planet, like obviously aside from my parents, is Ronaldo.
And
So
yourself,
yeah,
of course.
yeah, of course, and myself. So yeah, man, 100%.
And Ramsey.
Carrick was one of those players you could always count on to put in the shift every single game. 7%. Yeah, 100%.
I heard that. Ramve, did you watch Carrick at Manchester United at all? I'm not saying it. I'm not saying what you said about Carrick was wrong. I'm more about were you not too young to watch him?
No,
But
I
anyway,
think he played until 2018, and that's the thing. Like he played for a very long time.
Ramve was about 9, 10, I suppose. Might have been.
For me, he's a Man United legend. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care.
Of course, he's Manchester United legend. He was one of your stalwart starting players in your 2008 Champions League triumph, your last triumph to date. So, he's definitely a legend. And no amount of disrespect by Roy Keane can change that. So.
There's what do you call comment? I think it's out. Who compared Grealish to Giggs? By the way, just football fans. You know what I mean? Football fans. I could never, man.
To be fair, they both won the treble, so
Yeah,
I don't know. Swings and roundabouts.
I just wouldn't. You know what I mean? Nobody would ever steal Kante's mini car. True.
I think he's I think Lumen's listing defensive midfielders that were better than Carrick, doing Carrick's playing in the days. And I see that completely, but I feel with Michael Carrick, it's the consistency, week in, week out, every 3 days. The fact that he was able to put his body on the line for the football club, like every 3 days, week in, week out, day in, day out, month in, month out, season in, season out. I think that's why he got so many plaudits. And I think a big reason why he isn't appreciated enough, and I think Sir Alex said this himself, I mean, he simply didn't get into the England team because he had Scholes, he had Lampard, he had Gerrard as well. And to be honest, we should have sacrificed one of those at least and put Carrick in the holding midfielder role. Especially in major tournaments, because that would have been a lot more balanced. Definitely better than playing a 4-4-2 with Carrick and with Gerrard and Lampard in the middle. I mean, that was never going to work. Paul Scholes on the left wing. I mean, Christ above, sacrifice one of them and play Paul Scholes as your oh my god, what am I doing? Like, drop at least one of them and put Michael Carrick in as the number 6, and then England would have had a much better chance of winning something.
Isn't it? Yeah, 100%. I get you, man.
Yeah, but I feel that's why Carrick is as disrespected as he is, because he simply didn't get into the England team. The lighter isn't disposable around here, so you got that wrong. Yeah.
Indeed, Joshua, majority of teenagers at my age idolize Ronaldo because of his story, getting free burgers from Mackey's when he had food. Yeah,
to be fair, there's that viral photo of him as a kid cleaning streets of Madeira.
And you know what, bro? He got given back. What he gave back to the person that gave him so much when he was a kid. He met that person. He met that burger waitress, and what happened? And he gave back. You know, like a saying goes, if you do good, you get back. You do good,
yeah,
you get good deeds back. What goes around comes around. That's I mean, like, so Ronaldo got what he deserved, man. Like, obviously everything that he was given as a kid, he gave back when he was older. And that's one thing that I realize even more about him. Like, it's just his personality. It's overall, you know what I mean? His overall self as a person. He tried to find those employees that gave him free burgers, and he couldn't find him. But now he found him. Found him already, and already gave back. And he actually invited that person for dinner. They met for dinner already. who recorded him cleaning the street, who knew Cristiano Ronaldo Santos Aveiro would become one of the most famous person in the world. He is the most famous person in the world, my friend.
Arguably, yeah, without doubt.
He is the most famous person in the world. Everybody knows who he is. Like, literally everybody knows who he is. Discipline, consistency, work ethic. Now he's a billionaire. Facts. First footballer to become a billionaire as well, by the way. Only 1 of 3 people in the world with a lifetime contract.
Through football, yeah.
Yeah, he already met that person and already invited her for dinner and already like gave back. So everything went around. But anyways, moving on from this, it was good discussion though. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. We are gonna move on to
quick honourable mention, Alan Ramsey.
No, Flamini was a billionaire from the first active. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I was about to say Flamini hasn't he got this pharmaceutical company that he co-founded with his mates back in like 2008, and now he's worth billions upon billions.
First active footballer.
Yeah, of course. And that was his first. I think he's the first billionaire through football alone with like sponsorships and all that. So, now what can you say?
He has his own brand as well.
Yeah.
Brand. But yeah, anyways, we are going to discuss the football season so far, 2025, 2026. We're going to discuss all that. How have you thought of the season so far, Josh? Obviously, up until now, the international break is around the corner. Obviously, we're going to Premier Champs, Premier League so far. How should we discuss this? As in, are we going to do team by team? We're going to do.
Well, I feel like we talk about the clubs we support first, and then we talk about. We give a brief recap of what's happened overall, and
Yeah, fair.
How it goes.
I'll start with.
Okay. So, well, Akvin, I don't know if you saw. I think you did see that Arteta has become manager of the month, and if you know the curse, you know the curse. I think the final 2 months of our season could get quite. It could be quite catastrophic. It's fair to say, but. Akvin, up until the Carabao Cup final, I mean, this season couldn't have gone any better. We were on course for a quadruple at the time. Obviously, I wasn't entertaining that. That was a load of bollocks anyway, but we were in the position to go for it. Obviously, before the Carabao Cup final, we only lost 3 times. One of them due to a Szoboszlai worldie free kick, the other last-minute Buendia winner, and the other one 2 screamers from Manchester United at the Emirates. Those were the only 3 games we lost. We were 9 points clear. We still are at the minute, but I don't think that's going to be. It's not going to take Manchester City too long to cut that. Nevertheless, we're through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, so we're doing well so far. But that Carabao Cup final happened. We lost. We lost very convincingly as well. We barely laid the glove. We barely laid a glove on Manchester City. Which was incredibly disappointing, as you know, after all the discourse surrounding both clubs at the minute. The fact that City are widely seen as a team in rebuild, I should say. They're widely seen as a team that, while they've got the resources, they're not necessarily conjuring up the results at the minute. They're dropping points a few times each and every week in the Premier League. Whereas we're apparently the best team on the planet. That didn't show at Wembley on that fateful Sunday. And listen, I predicted Manchester City to win the league at the start of the season. My opinion still hasn't changed. I don't care if we're 9 points clear. It's essentially 6 points because they've got a game in hand. And if there's one club, if there's one team, if there's one manager, if there's one set of players that can possibly claw back a 9-point gap with 7 games to go, it is Pep Guardiola's Manchester City Football Club. So, yeah, I am not optimistic for Arsenal's, title aspirations at the minute. Champions League, obviously, this is Arsenal in Europe, so I wouldn't delve too deep into that. Leading on from that, FA Cup we could win, but Southampton's going to be a very tricky game. It is going to be very tricky. I believe they're possibly the form team in England at the minute, so yeah, it's not looking too good. And like I said at the beginning, Akvin, with Arteta winning manager of the month, we usually know how this pans out. So yeah, I'm not looking too forward to it. But like I say, in spite of the Carabao Cup final loss, this season's been really good so far. Only 4 losses, 3 in the Prem, due to due to fine margins, as you say. But am I confident? You know the drill at this point. Obviously not.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can prove me wrong, Ackerman. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, man, I wholeheartedly agree with you, man. I hear your points on Arsenal. Shall we get to United, or should I give my opinion on Arsenal if you think I should? I think, actually, I will give my quick opinion on Arsenal, actually. Why not? So far, I mean, you're 9 points clear with about, 7 games to go.
Indeed.
I played one more game than everyone else, however. That lead could cut down just to 3 in just a second if Man City win the game in hand, but depending on when that is. And obviously, they play at the Etihad, so that game's going to be huge, especially in 2 weeks' time. That's going to be a massive game. That's going to be a huge game for Arsenal, man. Obviously, Southampton tomorrow. I think you guys. Well, we'll preview the FA Cup in a minute. But Premier League. I mean, 9 points clear. I mean, you can't really complain. Arteta manager of the month. Do I think it's probably cursed? Probably not this time around. I think this is going to be a different story. I think you guys will go on to win the league. I said this before already. I did think you'd win the Carabao Cup. However, that did not go to plan
At all.
in the final. But however, I think in the Premier League, 9 points clear. Depending on City's results, depending on who you play, you don't play any of the big 6 sides. You play pretty much all the bottom half teams, right? Except for obviously Newcastle at home and City.
Even Newcastle are dropping, I should say.
Yeah, they are big time, man. Newcastle.
But yeah, I think it is just City that are in the top half at the minute, and maybe Bournemouth. I'm not too sure, but still, you can't reflect on that. At the end of the day, 90 minutes they can throw anything at you, so you don't know what's going to happen. I feel like I know what's going to happen. I've seen the story unfold many a time before, Ackerman. I've told you plenty of times about it. At the end of the day, man, we just que sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see, and hopefully it ends brightly. I'm a poet, I fully know it, but yeah, our season's been good so far. But the Carabao Cup final loss was a real gut punch, and hopefully it doesn't affect us. But over the last 6 years under this particular manager, it seems to affect us every single time, and this is the crunch moment. I believe that statistically, April is actually Arteta's worst month as a manager. So, yeah, all roads lead to Rome, as they say. But hopefully, as you say, Ackerman, it's a different story. Do I see it personally? No, but hopefully for my sake, it is.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think you guys will be okay. I think you'll cross the line before City do. I think the maximum points you can get right now is 89 points. At the moment, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is it the maximum points you can get this season? Is it 89 points? I need to double check that. Hold on real quick. The maximum points you can get at the moment right now is...
I think our maximum is about 91 or 89, something like that. I think the maximum City can get is 85. So
let me have a look for you, yeah. All right, so 61.
I think it is 91.
With 30 games to go... Sorry, with 30 games to go. 30 games played, my bad. And at the moment you've got City have got 61 points. City has points.
Yeah, it's 91 points. It's 91 points for maximum we can get.
24. Yeah, so 85 points. Arsenal can get 91 points?
91. Yeah, 91. That's the same as Manchester City 2 seasons ago. Because we're on 70 points at the minute, and we've got 7 games left. 7 times 3, 21. Add 21 on 17, 91 points is the maximum we can get.
Yeah, 91 points. So yeah, I think you're in more of an advantage. If City lose,
of course we are. That means nothing with ourselves, doesn't it?
If City lose a couple more games and Arsenal are at least picking up win and the draw in those two, I have a feeling it's wrapped up. I think it's gonna go to pretty much Arsenal. It's gonna go to the Emirates, and I think Arsenal will pick up the title. very, very soon. But you do have to cross the line, and you do have to win your games in order to win the league. And do I think you'll win any other competitions? I think you'll just win the Premier League this season. I said you'd win the League Cup and the Premier League. That's now for me. That's cut down to one now. I think you'll just win the Premier League. I think the Champions League and the FA Cup might be a bit. Actually, no, the FA Cup's still a possibility, but at the end of the day, I think you still got Man City who are going to take it seriously. I think you've got Chelsea who want to take it seriously. Chelsea in the cup games you cannot underestimate them. I don't care if they've been shit in the league. I think in the cup games you can't underestimate them. And you have Liverpool, who play Man City away tomorrow. If Liverpool win that game, that could be a different story for Liverpool. I think they could win that one as well. So that could be different for them. So I think it'll go down to whoever wins those. Like, whatever the results are. Liverpool have City away. If Liverpool lose that, in my opinion, they're not winning any trophies this season. If they beat Man City, I think they should be the favourites to win the FA Cup. Because I think the winner of this game, the winner of Man City Liverpool, will go on to win the FA Cup. That's what I think.
I can see that.
Unless Arsenal make the final, because I think Arsenal FA Cup final, you guys are the FA Cup FA Cup final specialists. You are going to win the FA Cup. I think you will. I think League Cup final. I mean, you don't always win the League Cup final. You played Man City last time, you lost as well, right? So I think you will go on to. Okay, like I said, if you can make the FA Cup final, I think you'll win that one. I think you'll be favourites to win that one because FA Cup final, like I said, it's Arsenal's game. Arsenal usually win those. However, talking about the Champions League, I think Barcelona will make the final, or the Atletico Madrid. Whoever wins that Barca Atletico game will make the final. From that side, I don't think Arsenal will make the final. I think Sporting will be a tough game as well. People are saying Sporting will be a rollover. I don't think it'll be a rollover. I think Arsenal will be, but I think it'll be a tough game. I think they've got players like Trincao, Luis Suarez, all these guys. I think it'll be a tough game, but I think you will still go through. And will I be surprised if you steamroll through them? No, but I think it'll be a lot than people think. So I'm gonna go with I think Arsenal will make semi-finals, but I think you'll lose there. I think Barcelona or Atletico Madrid will go to the Champions League final, and Premier League I think you'll get over the line. So like I said, at the moment as it stands, all I have you winning is just the Prem. But if we're talking about other competitions, I think the FA Cup final. I think FA Cup is possible, only if you make the final. For me, that's obvious. That's an obvious saying, actually. Why am I saying that?
Well, yeah, no. I see what you mean, Akabin. We haven't lost an FA Cup final since 2001.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, you guys are the FA Cup final specialists. Like, there's no reason to not win the FA Cup.
Akabin, you said that whoever wins between Manchester City and Liverpool will go on to win the FA Cup. You said the same thing about the Carabao Cup final. Whoever goes on to win that wins the Premier League. So, that doesn't bode well if your logic is correct.
No, but at the end of the day, like I said, it depends. It depends on the points total, right? If for example it was like a 4-point gap between you and City, I'd say City will win the league, but it's 9 points. I'm not saying City are out of it yet, actually, because like I said, City have a game in hand, and they start to play you guys. So if they win those two, that's down to 3. I changed my prediction based on what I've seen so far. At the time, I was thinking, all right, City are actually starting to look a lot scary. They're starting to pick up form now. They're starting to win games. Like, shit. Like, they're actually gonna go and win games now. They're gonna go on a run of games and win, right? And knock you off your perch, right? However, from what I've seen Man City so far in the Premier League this season, and in recent times, they don't convince me. They're dropping points to Forest. They're dropping points to
West Ham.
Yeah. West Ham.
Spurs. Crazy.
Spurs as well. Didn't they drop points to Spurs twice as well? They were 2-0 up and they bottled it 2-2.
Yep. They also lost at home to them as well.
Exactly, bro. So this is what I mean. I'm not convinced by Man City this season. they're not out of it because they still have a manager who's been there and done it. He's proven it. He can win it. But the team itself, the players, they're new to this. Some of them are new to this. Obviously, Guehi's won a couple trophies in the space of 2 years, right? Semenyo's won his first trophy. So there'll be a bit of pedigree there. There'll be a bit of confidence of trying. Let's say they're gonna go and win it, but the performances in the league have been different. Can this change a lot? Yes, it can, because it can breeds confidence. Winning breeds confidence, right? They can definitely via that. But however, I just think Arsenal have more in them in the tank in the Premier League to go win it. You've got Bournemouth at home. I think you'll win that one. City away, I'm starting to think that could be a loss. That might be as it gets closer. After what I've seen them do to you, I think it could be a loss. However, who City have to play versus who you have to play, I think Arsenal have the upper hand in terms of the schedule, in terms of the fixtures. I think you've got the upper hand in that. So I will say Arsenal will win the league, and I will say the FA Cup will. I will say if you can get past semi-finals, I think you'll win it. But only if you get past semis. If you get knocked out, sorry. Obviously, you get knocked out if you lose. But if you play and you play like for example, a Man City in semi-final and you don't win, then that's it. Obviously, you can't win anymore. So yeah, man. That's only if you make it past semi-final.
We discussed before the Carabao Cup final how important it is for the remaining 2 months, which is what this stream is about. You talk about how we all made the point that yes, Manchester City, we know what they're like, we know what they have been, but they've got a whole new nucleus of new players now that haven't won a dime. They've gone and won a dime against guess who? The team that they're currently chasing at the top of the Prem. That reinforces their belief, that reinforces their notion that they are still a better team, that puts doubt in Arsenal players' minds, that puts confidence into Manchester City players. Listen, that is a seriously slippery slope, and Manchester City have I believe they still have a mental advantage here, because they've done it so many times before. Arsenal have never done it. And I mean, how else do you go about it? They've now got players that have a taste for winning. Arsenal players still don't know how to win. So it's a question about mentality once again. And listen, you can talk about Arteta over 6 years hasn't shown that. Arsenal Football Club haven't shown that over the last 22 years, particularly after leaving Highbury. So I understand the whole 9-point thing, which is essentially 6 points. But honestly, I still think Manchester City have it in their hands here. And until Arsenal are 4 points clear with 1 game to go, I'm still not counting my chickens at all. Because at the end of the day, you are so fragile when you've never done it before. I think Sir Alex Ferguson said it best. Your first league title is always the hardest. Your first trophy is always the hardest. After that, it goes on and on. I do firmly believe that if we do finally get over the line and win the Premier League this season, there's nothing stopping us from going back to back. There's nothing stopping us from winning other trophies after that, even under this manager. But it's just about getting that Premier League over the line. And does Arteta have the mentality to get over the line? Akoven, I approach this scientifically. You look at past results. Akoven. You try and prove yourself wrong. But there's no evidence to suggest that I'm going to be proven wrong. Because all I've been proven is right over the last 6 years. So, you know, like I say, Akoven, that Carabao Cup defeat is a really dangerous slope. And you don't want to be giving Pep Guardiola scraps to feed on when he's so desperate for silverware in what could be his last season. It's a really, really bad slope, and Arteta needs to navigate that. Willie, I doubt it. Do I hope so? Absolutely. But, Akoven, you know my feelings.
For me, look, if you win this Premier League title, and I'll say my last point on Arsenal, right, before I go to the next club, which will be Man United. I will talk about my own team.
Yeah.
You pretty much kickstarted the owner's words in terms of you knocked down Highbury to go be like the best clubs. This is the start. This is where you start. That Premier League title is a start. Now it's about kicking on from there. It's about starting from that point to go and win more. You know what I mean? Because if you guys go win, you'll be a dangerous force for many years. You've got the money, you've got the resources, you've got the financial backing. The mentality is just needs to be instilled. That's all for me. You know what I mean? But listen, hopefully, we see, a much better season next year. Because I think this season, and just in general, has just been a poor season to watch. From I'm not saying this because Arsenal are top. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is I just think generally, in terms of the Premier League quality, it's dropped a lot. And that's not me saying Arsenal have been bad. They've not been bad. They've been good. You've been the most consistent team out there. Hence why you deserve it, right? But I just think, me in general, the quality of the league has dropped a lot. So yeah, that's just why I think, anyways.
Of course, you know my feelings on that. I respectfully disagree, but I can understand why you think that. Listen, if Arsenal weren't top, would I still be thinking the opposite to you? Probably not. I'd probably be in agreement, but I can see why you think that. So there you have it. At the end of the day, man, I mean, I guess we'll get on to Manchester United, but quickly about the Premier League. It's been an eyesore to watch, and whether it's because of the quality increasing or decreasing, but it has been an eyesore to watch. And quite frankly, I can't wait for the World Cup. To be honest, I've been trying to distance myself from football overall, but I'm looking forward to the World Cup because it's going to have a hell of a lot more drama. It's going to have a hell of a lot more drama, I should say, than what 10 months of the Premier League has served up. So, and as a Premier League only consumer, pretty much, that can only be a good thing. So, we'll see how it goes.
For sure, man, for sure. Anyways, next up, Man United. Look, I will say this. In terms of just Premier League, in terms of just the season as it goes, I think it's been an average season as a whole. Yes, I know Man United are winning games. Yes, I know Man United are now climbing up the table slowly but surely, catching up to the top two in some way. Not catching up, not that, but getting closer to the top two. I just think the cup game should have been where we took advantage as well, because we're at the end of the day, I support Man United. I want to see us win silverware. I want to see us, go and win stuff. Whether it be a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, it doesn't matter to me. As long as I see silverware, my team wins something. That's the best thing. That's the best thing to happen to me. That's the best thing to happen to this football club. So I would say it's an average part on that. In terms of the results that we're getting, look, I think the results that we're getting are so much better than what we are getting in pretty much the last three seasons. Obviously we have a tough end to the season in terms of who you play. We've got Chelsea away very, very soon, Liverpool at home very soon. We have Brentford at home very soon, Leeds at home next week. So yeah, man, we've got a tough run. But do I think we get it? I think we should be able to. We should be able to get Champions League. I don't really have much to say on my own club, but like I said, in the cup competitions this season, the games we lost, I don't even want to talk about the League Cup one. The FA Cup one was a disgrace as well. The FA Cup one
the FA Cup one is more justifiable. You're up against Premier League opposition. Then again, what Brighton ended up serving at Anfield was pitiful, and Manchester United would have given them a much better game. I mean, the Carabao Cup final one must really sting. I mean, I believe that was your best avenue towards success this season, and you balls it right up against Grimsby. So there you have it. But looking from the outside, I mean, you wasted the first half of the season essentially. Not only getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup, but these ridiculous drop points in games like Fulham away, Brentford away. Where else? I mean, there's plenty of times like losing at home to 10-man Everton.
Forest away.
Losing at home to 10-man Everton was crazy. Drawing at home to Wolves. I mean,
yes.
I mean, if you had Michael Carrick in from the start of the season, you would have had a more respectable place in the Carabao Cup assured, and it would probably be a three-way title race, to be honest, with how the Carrick results have been so far. But yeah, I feel like I'm not surprised that Manchester United in the top 4 spots at all. I actually kind of predicted that, although I predicted you'd fall short on the last day, but that was too specific. I should have stuck to what I said at first. But I feel like you can look at this season as a season of great missed opportunities, mainly not getting rid of Amorim after the Europa League final. If you had just given it to Karacakovin, you'd be in a three-way title fight. I have no doubt about it.
I agree, man. I agree 100%.
So I feel like you've recovered well this season, and you're going to end up with a very respectable league finish. But it's all about the first 4 months. All about the first 4 months and how you pissed it all away, I suppose. That must be a real pain.
Sorry, finish your point.
No, that must be a real pain, seeing your club waste away 4 months, essentially. And even then, under Amorim, you had good wins against the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, Sunderland. But it's just
Palace away.
It should have been so much more. It should have been so much better. And yeah,
man. But listen, at the end of the day, we can only control what we can control right now. And let's just finish in the top 4. And for me, I hope we can build on from this next season. This gives me a bit of hope for next season. Not just this season, but next season. If this is the league form that we're going to bring in this season, then in my opinion, next season, there's really no excuse for us to go compete for the title next season. Do I think we need to go and do I think we need to go in the summer and reinforce? Big time. I think the squad depth is only good enough for 1 game a week. It's only really good enough for 1 game a week. It's only really good enough for games that we play on a weekly basis, which is the Premier League, right? If you had given me like a Champions League midweek, these players will not be able to cope with the fitness. So I think what we need to do is sign a lot of players, improve our squad depth, and push on for next season and see what we can do. And next season, pick up some silverware, please, and be a consistent Champions League qualifying team and win some trophies every single season. That's my aim as Man United. Just win trophies every year. Win trophies, compete for the title. Next season, do I think we'll win the title? Nope. I'm not saying win it, but be in the title race, and win some silverware along with it, like an FA Cup or a League Cup. I don't care. Win me something. Win me something, man. You know what I mean? That's all I ask for. It's all I can ever ask for. Let me just quickly see if I miss any other comments in the past.
Yeah,
I'll bring it up right now. Yeah.
Ramviz added 5 new comments recently.
Let me see if any other comments I missed out before we move on to the next topic. Okay, got it. Absolutely, there's too many tactics involved. Of course, tactics are important, but I missed the days of watching it live post of relegation teams run. Yep.
Chris Woods, Gary Taylor Fletcher. Oh.
Of course, Orokadara is somewhat bringing it back, but there needs to be more. Even Ryan Cherky is bringing it back as well. I mean, in terms of the overall you're watching, you know what I mean? In terms of what you're watching, the quality you have on the pitch, I think the team's too good and they're too evenly matched. Just the quality of the action has decreased over the 5 years, never mind 10. Everyone's trying to copy each other.
Everyone's trying to copy Pep. That's what's
exactly, and that's why it's ruining the league, big time. It's ruining the league, man, 100%. And I don't think we should be. I don't think we should, be copying someone just because he's winning. That only gives him more leeway to go win more because you're copying him and failing at it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Giving him more leeway to go win it because you're copying him and you're failing at copying him. So why copying him further? Conte brought his own system to the Premier League and won it. Won it with Chelsea in 1 season. A proven winner. I'm not trying to say Ruben Amorim could have done the same, but Ruben Amorim did it incorrectly. He did things incorrectly. He got things wrong. There's so many matches too. It feels like everything's football. Whether league matches, cup matches, European matches, there's too little breaks up to think of other things. Do you know what, Ranveer? Next season, bro, we're going to have 3 weeks off in international breaks.
Thank Christ.
In the September international break, there's going to be 3 weeks from one game to another. So 2 weeks of international break, and then you've got the league, and then you got the league back, and then you have a whole October of football, and then you have a November international break for like 1 week or something, and then that's it for the season. I think, at least in my opinion. Okay, that's fair. How should we do this? We spoke on our clubs. How else do you want to? How else do you want to do it? Do you want to go talk about the rest of the clubs? Do you want to talk about the Champions League?
I suppose we talk about the relegation fight for the top 5 race, and well, I mean we've already touched on the title race, so I guess it's those two. I think it will be an interesting discussion. Obviously, there's a lot more interest in the relegation fight this year than there was last year, for example. Spurs being in it is a massive story there. And obviously, the top 5 race is an absolute clusterfuck at the minute. I mean, no team looks particularly great, whether you're Chelsea, Liverpool, Aston Villa dropping off. I think it's kind of obvious what the top 3 is going to be come the end of the season. It will be the Manchester clubs and Arsenal there. And whatever the remaining 2 Champions League places is, I mean, it's going to be interesting, no doubt about that. I mean, you have Aston Villa focusing on Europe, i.e. the Europa League. Unai Emery, a mastermind, that's it. I think he's reached 5 finals, won 4 of them. We won't mention the one he lost. But, he's an avid winner in that competition. Obviously, Chelsea under Insigne, all they've got left is the FA Cup and the top 5 finish. He's under immense pressure now. Enzo Fernandez constantly bleating about how Madrid is a great city. So it's obvious where he's trying to go there as club captain. That is disgraceful. And it's obviously not a dressing room in harmony. Liverpool, I mean, they've been a shambles all season, and how they're still in the top 5 race is quite crazy. I think it is due to individual talent there. They've been horrific title defenders, and they've got an FA Cup quarter-final against Manchester City and a Champions League semi-final against the reigning champions PSG. So their chances of winning silverware appear quite slim at the minute. But then again, it is Liverpool, so you can never count them out. You've obviously got other teams around there. You've got the likes of Brentford, you've got the likes of Everton that can make a push for it. But I feel like it will be between Villa, Chelsea and Liverpool. One of those major hitters will miss out. And my fear is it's Aston Villa. I don't want it to be, but I feel like it might be. I don't know what your thoughts are on the top 5 race, Akabin, but those are mine.
I think Man United will get top 5.
Oh, yeah, without them.
I think we'll finish in 3rd. Liverpool, depending on their Champions League game against PSG, they could throw all the Champions League basket depending on what they do. If they get to the semi-finals, from there, then they got to throw all their eggs in the Champions League basket. I think they'll do that. What was I gonna say? Chelsea. With Chelsea's current form at the moment, I think Chelsea might miss out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Obviously, I would rather Chelsea finish above Liverpool because I don't. Because obviously, I prefer Chelsea or Liverpool. But listen, Liverpool, I think will miss. I think Liverpool will get Champions League. Actually, I think Aston Villa will miss out. I think Aston Villa will drop out because they have the Europa League, so they don't have to worry about the top 5 in the league. I think Villa are going to throw everything in the Europa League. I think they should be able to get it. I think Villa have the manager to do it. I think they've got the players to do it. I think they've got the quality for sure. The experience might just be a little bit lacking, but they've got some players who have been there and won some big trophies in the past. So I think they should be fine. I think Villa will miss out in the top 5, but I think they'll get the Europa League, so that will make up for everything. And Liverpool will get. I think Liverpool will come 4th. I think Liverpool will finish behind Man United. I think Liverpool will come 4th. I think Chelsea will finish in the top 5 as well. I think Chelsea will come 5th. I think Villa will come 6th. I think Brentford will be 7th. I think Brentford will get Europa. I think Brentford will get Conference League. I think Villa will finish in the Champions League places. Actually, no, Brentford will get Europa League. Brentford will get in the Europa League. Everton will get Conference League. And I think Fulham, Brighton will miss out on Europe. That's what I think. And obviously, the FA Cup winner will be one of the teams that finish in the top 4. So I don't think they're too much about teams that are in the FA Cup right now. It's Port Vale, Chelsea. There's Southampton, Arsenal, City, Liverpool. What's another one again? I forgot the other one. West Ham versus who is it? It's West Ham versus forgot who it was. Yes, correct me on this one, bro.
What the fixture that they have next?
It's Chelsea, Port Vale, Liverpool, Man City.
Oh, sorry. I should have been more alert. That's Chelsea, Port Vale, Leeds versus West Ham. Leeds versus West Ham. I think it's very good that one of those clubs is getting to Wembley. I think that's
Leeds,
historic.
Please, West Ham, do me a favor. Knock Leeds out, man. I beg. Don't let Leeds go to Wembley. It'll be embarrassing.
Fair enough, mate. I mean, I have nothing towards Leeds. Obviously, I understand why you do, but I mean, I think it's good that at least one of those clubs will be making it to Wembley, historic English club and whatnot. I would like to see Leeds there. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't mind to be fair. As long as Arsenal in the semis as well, I couldn't care less. As long as it's one of them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I feel like Chelsea. I think Chelsea could finish fourth. Obviously, I said the top three already. Manchester United will finish third. I think Chelsea finished fourth mainly because Liverpool have that the Champions League quarter final against PSG, which I feel will take a hell of a lot out of them and therefore affect their Premier League results, particularly around April time. Obviously, with City away in the FA Cup as well, that could be hugely confidence deteriorating. I agree with you on Aston Villa. I think they'll drop out, unfortunately so. Will they win the Europa League? Of course they can. They've definitely got the manager for it, like you said. They've definitely got the individual quality for it, like you said. But at the end of the day, there's no guarantees. So, it could be very fearful for Villa. And they do need Champions League football because their wage revenue is off the charts.
They'll get to the Europa League, in my opinion. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, of course. But if they don't, that is disastrous. And I think it will be Chelsea and Liverpool's occupied for the Champions League spots. Chelsea, they've got a free hit against Port Vale. That's piss easy. They've got a free route to Wembley, so there won't be any fatigue issues there or anything.
If Villa miss out on the Europa League, you give Emery one more season to try and win that Europa League for Villa. If not, and he misses out on Europa League football itself alone, and you don't even get Champions League, sack him. I think Emery gets one more season. Because you don't sack a Europa League winning manager, proven Europa League manager, for another one that probably I don't know will win or not. But yeah, I think Villa will miss out. However, it is 5 points at the moment, so I think things can change. I think Villa could go on a good run of form and stay in the top four. Who knows? But yeah, man, at the moment, I think as things stand, so far so good for United in the top three. And we'll see what happens towards the end of the season. Obviously, like I said, this is our fixture. This is our fixture list towards the end of the season. We've got Leeds at home, Chelsea away, Brentford at home, Liverpool at home, Sunderland away, Forest at home, Brighton away. These are our final 7 games of the season. Do I think we win all? Nope. But I think we can definitely go on a run of games and try and stay and beat as long as we can. But yeah, man, that's all I can ask for, and hopefully we can do. Hopefully we can stay consistent in the top 4 or stay in the top 4. Sorry. By the way, I can hear your earphones, but Josh, back.
I've got earphones on, mate.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want me to leave and rejoin?
No, I just hear something in the background, so I don't know what it is. I think I just hear some echo, or I don't know what it is.
God knows what it is, mate. I can leave and rejoin if you want, but if it's bothering you.
I think it's fine. I don't know what it is. I actually don't. I hear some noise in the background. I think just try and hear yourself or something, and then open this down again. I think. I don't know what you can do.
There's no noise coming from me, mate. There's nothing going on.
I can hear something in the background. Like whenever, it's like only when I talk though.
An echo, probably.
You don't have earphones on, right?
No.
I didn't leave and come back. Just real quick.
Okay, man. Fair enough.
Make sure you guys hit the like button.
I will.
Sorry. No, go. What were you saying? He'll come back people. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Subscribe to Josh's channel if you're new around here. Also, subscribe here. 1 sub to 580. We're getting ever so close to the 600 subscribers, guys. Make sure you guys leave your comments in the chat. I will get to your comments in the chat. I will talk about everything in the bit. Don't worry. International football is on the show as well. Don't worry about that, bro. Everything will be on the show, so stay tuned to that. I will discuss everything regarding international football in just a moment, so don't worry about that. Yeah,
Back, really.
I think it's a lot better now.
Hopefully so.
Oh, we should be getting this before mid-April. We should be getting this before mid-April. Come on, guys. 21 subs to go. But at least for tonight, let's just get to 580. Come on, guys. 1 sub to 580. If we can get there, people. Come on, guys. You know the drill. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Turn your notification bell on so you don't miss an upload, you don't miss a live, and you don't miss a video and all the good stuff. Anyways, back to the Premier League real quick. But yeah, man, what were you saying on the Premier League again real quick before you have to
go? Well, I said my piece in the top 5 in terms of the relegation. I mean, that's good. That looks crazy at the minute. I think the popular choices for Forest will definitely stay up. But I hate to say it, Akabin, I just can't possibly fathom Tottenham going down. I feel like it might just be West Ham that are the unlucky fellas. And let's not forget, lest we forget, they are the only team left in the FA Cup, so they might be distracted by that to their downfall.
Well, you say that, but Leeds aren't out of the relegation scrap as well. They're only 4 points off.
Exactly, man. So it's a good relegation scrap.
It is.
This is why I don't take it seriously when people say that this year's the worst ever. I mean, last season was even worse. There was no title race, no relegation scrap. It was just a European race. Who the fuck cares about that in the grand scheme of things, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I feel like West Ham might be the unfortunate buggers. I can't possibly see Spurs going down. I just can't see it. I know they're dreadful, but I genuinely can't see it. I mean, then again, we did just lose to Forest 3-0 at home, so what do I know? But still, I think Leeds will stay up. I mean, they've drawn their way to survival, basically. I think they've got a record amount of draws or some shit. I think they've drawn about 16, 17 games, which is crazy. But yeah, fair play to them. I mean, they found a way to stop losing, and that could easily be the difference. Yeah, I think it'll be West Ham personally, and that's going to be sad to see. Will Bowen stay? I'm not too sure, but even though he's married to Danny Dyer's daughter, I still don't see him staying, to be completely honest.
Also, just wanted to ask you your thoughts on Tottenham's managerial changes as well, because we haven't spoken on that one yet. So
that is crazy. I mean, that's the type of appointment you do when you're already safe. I mean, I don't understand what you expect De Zerbi to do. Do the players necessarily want to practice passing drills when they've got their wages on the line, they've got their dignity on the line, the club have got their survival on the line? I just can't see it whatsoever. I mean, to be honest, they could go down. I can't lie, but I think De Zerbi will get the results to stay up. Will he work out the Spurs? Possibly. I mean, Spurs are notoriously known as a football club that play beautiful football, but ultimately win fuck all. They're just there to entertain the neutral. And under De Zerbi, they will certainly entertain. But will they survive? I'm not too sure. But I think they'll have just enough to stay up. And like I said, I think West Ham will go down. But still, that De Zerbi appointment is completely insane, in my opinion. I mean, I can see why Spurs would go for him, but not at this moment. Like, read the room. I mean, I think I'd rather fancy Igor Tudor on a relegation scrap than Roberto De Zerbi, to be honest. I don't think he's really ever been in this position in his managerial career, so I think it's a huge gamble, and I don't think it will necessarily pay off. I think he could easily stop Tottenham getting relegated, but that could be as far as it goes, because he is notoriously he does get scrappy with the board. He does get scrappy with his players. I don't think it's the right temperament for him. I think it's a huge risk with ultimately not too much reward from a Spurs perspective. But what are your thoughts?
I just think, look, with the relegation scrap, obviously you mentioned West Ham, you mentioned Tottenham, you mentioned all these teams. Leeds, they're not out of it yet. I think they still got some games in them that they might not be able to, because hopefully, I beg to God, yeah, we play Leeds after the international break. Well, after all this is over, yeah. After next weekend we play Leeds. Not even next weekend, next Monday. Monday after this we play Leeds, yeah. I hope we fucking beat them. I hope we destroy them. Yeah. I want to beat Leeds big time. Yeah. Beat Leeds at home and go away to go away to Chelsea with a bit of confidence.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's what I want. Beat Leeds at home, and hopefully they can, who will West Ham play this weekend or next weekend? Excuse me. Oh, they've got Wolves.
Wolves.
Yes.
Who knows, man? They might not get 3 points in that either.
If Wolves win that game, they're level on points with Burnley, and 9 points behind 18th place. Do I think it might be too late for Wolves? Probably. But sometimes you just never know in this Premier League,
Exactly.
Sometimes Wolves could just go on this mad run. I don't know. I might be delusional saying this. Wolves could go on this really crazy run to stay up. I don't know what it is, but they might just. I don't know if they. I don't know if they will, but there's a very slim chance of it happening. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not. But there's a slim chance. So, yeah, it depends on next week. Spurs, look, they haven't won a game since December. Was it 1-0 away at Palace? The season? I think Spurs are going down. This is relegation form, Josh. With West Ham and Wolves and Burnley have won a game more recently than fucking Tottenham. Bro, you think Tottenham are the ones who are 20th? With the way things are going for them.
They deserve to be.
Tottenham had to go to Wolves. Tottenham had to go to Wolves away. That game's a bogey ground for Tottenham. That ground is a bogey ground for Tottenham. And Roberto De Zerbi coming in, will it change? Will it change anything for Spurs? Probably not. The mess that Spurs are in, they can continue sacking managers all they like. But bro, they still had the same players that they had with the previous manager without a transfer window. So what's the whole point? They're missing Madison, Kulusevski this season. And I get it. Spurs are something. Spurs are a team, yeah, that you just think.
How can you keep getting away with it, man?
They can get one of the weirdest results in the world, but they got smashed at home to Forest 3-0. That's another relegation side that they lost to, by the way. Forest. The form that Spurs are on right now, yes, they got a draw at Anfield. This is relegation form, bro, and I think Spurs are going down. I think they are going down, unless they turn it around with Roberto De Zerbi, but I don't see it happening. And I just wanted to ask you, speaking on Tottenham real quick. I wanted to ask you something. It's been getting in my it's been in my mind as of late. Yeah. What are your thoughts on retractable football pitches? Because I find it really, really weird that how teams can continue picking up injuries and still having these type of pitches. Look at Spurs, Real Madrid. Look at the injury crisis. It's all because of these stupid retractable pitches. And I wanted to save this topic for the Beyond the Ball podcast because it's been a topic that I've been thinking about talking about for quite some time, and no perfect place to talk about than right here. What do you think of these retractable pitches, man? And what do you think of the injury crisis that goes on with it?
Well, there's two ways to look at this. You can look at it from a football perspective or from a wider perspective, looking away from football and looking at life as a whole. I mean, footballing wise, it just isn't good. I mean, the injuries mount up. I mean, that's all it is really. Discussing purely football wise, You can't have a retractable pitch. I mean, it just puts your players at too high a risk of injuring their bodies. And that's not good, man. That's not good. You mentioned earlier Real Madrid and Spurs. They're both teams in white. They're both suffering injuries like crazy. I think this is the second year in a row Spurs have had an unprecedented injury crisis. It's not ideal in the slightest, and I don't think that any Lady Gaga performances or Beyonce performances are worth it, to be completely honest. Having said that, I do understand why retractable pitches are becoming more of a thing. I mean, the UK, for example, we're a glorified island. We are literally classed as an island, so we don't have too much room for manoeuvre, you know what I mean? So we need to, for whatever stadiums we do build, we need to make sure that they can facilitate other events as well, because, you know, we're not too big of a country like that. So it's a double-edged sword, really. Footballing wise, it's not ideal in the slightest, but I can understand why they are a thing. Quite frankly, there's only so much planning permission you can get sorted out. There's only so much materials, only so many resources that you can acquire in order to build new stages and everything. At the end of the day, it's just, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. You can look at it both ways. Therefore, I'm on the fence on it. Footballing-wise, I mean, it's obviously evidence would suggest it's a disaster waiting to happen, and it is. But I can understand why they exist. Footballing-wise, however, we shouldn't. I think we should step away from them. No matter what I think about Spurs or anything, it's just it's putting players' bodies in danger, and it's simply not right.
Yeah, man. Especially Real Madrid, you see these never-ending injuries to Rudiger, Camavinga. Sometimes Tchouaméni picks up injuries. The Eder Militao constantly injured. Let's be honest, it's not good. Why is Maddison and Kulusevski out for the rest of the season? Because they picked up season-ending injuries, right? Why? It's because of these retractable pitches, right? It's because of these pitches. You can't constantly continue having these type of pitches out there and say, all right, it's right. Bro, I get it. They have to have NFL pitches. They have to have, you know, other stuff going on at these grounds. But there's a time and place. It's a football ground first. Who plays there? Tottenham. Yeah? These retractable pitches need to go away. And and if United moves to a new stadium, man, once we do, or at least I hope we don't, then I'm biased towards history of our club, right? If we move to that new stadium and we get a retractable pitch, good luck. Good luck. Because these pitches are going to constantly get injured even more. You're going to constantly get injured even more with these type of pitches, man. I don't know how they exist. I genuinely don't know how it exists. So, yeah, it just plays a huge part in terms of what you can do, and this is why squad depth is so important. You know, so why investment is so important. Real Madrid have not invested enough in the squad depth. You know, so that's on them. That's on the club. That's on the owners for investing in these things, and Tottenham have to sort it out. If they don't want to get any more injuries, they want to stay up and survive. They want to survive, and they want to win. If they want to win games, they want to stay up. They want to survive. They want to go. They want to become the club that people talk about. They have to remove this to prevent injuries. So yeah, man, that's just my thoughts on it. I don't know if you have any more to add, and then we're gonna go to the relegation scrap again, just real quick, and final predictions for the rest of the season, and then we'll go to the Champions League, and then we'll go to the World Cup and the FA Cup quarterfinals.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, there's nothing else I can say really. I mean, footballing wise, it's just far from ideal. There's nothing else to say on that. Then again, I can't speak on Spain, but I can speak on the UK. I can understand why you want stadiums to hold more than one type of event, whether it's a sporting event or otherwise. I think it sums it up, though, when you look at West Ham at the Olympic Stadium. It's just, you know, they got rid of the bowling ground for that. I mean, it's a marathon pitch. It's not football. It's not football designed. It's not football orientated. I'm sure you have spoken to people or have heard people, West Ham fan or away fan, travelling to the ground, that it's an absolute nightmare to get to. And not only is it a nightmare, it's also unconventional. It just doesn't fit football. And like I say, Akavin, football isn't the most important thing. The government knows that. The councils around these stadiums know that. Therefore, they serve more than one purpose in a lot of cases. But it's no coincidence that they don't work properly on football pitches. You know,
It's a football
what else is
stadium,
there to say, man?
and it belongs to a football club first. So it should be football club first priority.
Yeah, exactly.
Things that are going on. Exactly.
You market it as a football stadium. It should be a football stadium. You know?
Exactly. Olympic stadiums are trash. Exactly, man. It's all because the retractable pitches exist on these Olympic stadiums, right? It all exists in these Olympic stadiums, these retractable pitches. So so we need to get rid of these type of pitches, and we need to try and eliminate and relegate things that are causing injuries and reasons that are causing injuries to players constantly. We can't afford to see this, Josh. And first and foremost, yeah, I want to see a season of lesser injuries because of stuff like this. And I'm not trying to say this is the sole reason. There's many other reasons as well. Maybe overtraining, maybe being overplayed. However, I just don't get why it's constantly, why you're going to continue to keep it if you're going to pick up more injuries because of it. It shouldn't have to make so much sense. It's like it shouldn't have to continue this way, especially on the track and field. I can understand why it's there. It's why some clubs use it. Sure, but at the end of the day, it's football stadiums first. It's football stadium first, and it's football club priority first. It's a football stadium. It belongs to a football club, and such. So yeah, man. But anyways, moving on. Back to the relegation battle. All right. Final relegation battle. Final relegation predictions.
Well, I've said mine already. What was it? Wolves, Burnley, obviously, with West Ham as the last ones. I cannot fathom Spurs going down. It just doesn't seem like it would happen. And I know that isn't a good excuse. I know that isn't good logic. But I just can't see it, man. I simply can't. So there you have it, I suppose.
So you're saying Wolves,
Burnley, West Ham.
Burnley, West
Maybe
Ham.
Burnley rock bottom with Wolves catching up. I don't know. It seems like it could be that way soon. Still.
I've got Wolves, Burnley, Tottenham. I don't see Tottenham being solved real quick. I know De Zerbi is here, and there might be a manager bounce and whatever. But did Spurs even get a manager bounce under what's his name?
Tudor?
Yeah, Igor Tudor.
No, absolutely not.
Condolences to his family, by the way, Igor Tudor. But did they get a manager bounce with them? No. So De Zerbi, we shall see. Spurs their manager, Forest fourth manager. Listen, sacking managers is not the problem. It's the standards of the club. My issue is with Spurs is the standards of their club. You know what I mean? So yeah. But anyways, I think it's time to move on to the top half of the table now. All right. Top 10. Oh, sorry. Top 8, isn't it? Because 8 gets Europe as well, right?
Is it not 9? No, it could be 9, but it is 8 at the minute as it stands. So.
Okay, fine. Let's just say 9. Why not?
Well, that's assuming Villa win the Europa League, of course, or if either Palace or Forest win the Conference League. Which
then it's over with 6th place.
No, Forest in the Europa League as well. Fucking hell, I'm retarded. Anyway.
Bro, unless Liverpool win the Champions League, unless Villa win the Europa League, that's 7 teams in the Champions League next season.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean, English teams don't deserve it. You see the performances in the round of 16. It's disgraceful.
Imagine Villa drop out.
Only Arsenal and Liverpool got through, and they were playing teams that people expected them to beat. It's just not good enough.
Imagine Villa drop out, Liverpool drop out, and they finish, and they both finish in 7th or 8th, right? Brentford, Everton finish in the top in the top 4 or 5.
Yeah, the key word is imagine there, mate.
It's
I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. I can't see that happening.
We're allowed to have 8 teams in the Champions League, by the way. That's how crazy it is.
That's how ridiculous the ceilings are. But
Yeah.
if you want to ask me for my top 8, I mean, I really want to say Arsenal first, but I think it will be City, then Arsenal, then Manchester United, and then 4th Chelsea, 5th Liverpool for reasons I explained earlier. Villa drop out into 6th. And what else is there? Brentford, Everton, and
Fulham, Brighton.
I'll go with Fulham. I think Brighton are a bit too inconsistent to nab that final spot. Although Brighton have won 3 out of their last 4 games, if I'm not mistaken, possibly 4 out of their last 5. So fair play to Fabian Herzler there. He's turned the club's fortunes around when they looked pretty much dead and buried. I think they went over a month without winning since winning at Old Trafford in the FA Cup. And he's bounced back superbly. So fair play to him.
And who finishes 9th? Sorry, who finishes 10th? You said 9th.
Who finishes 10th? I mean, who cares at that point? I can't be honest. That was my top 6 for certain. Obviously, Villa 6th. Obviously, my relegation 3 is Wolves, Burnley, and West Ham. Unfortunately, I do think Spurs will stay up for reasons I've explained earlier. Yeah, man. Beyond that, I mean, who knows? It's like a rabbit in the headlights. The mid-table shenanigans that go on. One team that are 16th could jump all the way up to 8th. It's crazy down there. So it's best not to have your club mixed in with it.
Fair enough. Yeah, the top 8 is open 100%. All right, my predictions for the top. Okay, you know, I'll keep it top 8. All right, Arsenal first, City second, United third. I'm gonna go Liverpool 4th. I think Liverpool will finish 4th. They will be in the better form than Chelsea. Chelsea 5th, Villa 6th, Brentford 7th. Do I go Everton or do I go? Yeah, do I go Everton? Did I miss out on any club that's?
Well, there's Fulham, Brighton, as you mentioned. I think Crystal Palace is still in and about there. Same teams, really. You know,
all right, I'll go. Let me look at the standings real quick. Hold on. Let me just bring up the table.
Okay.
All right, Everton will finish 8th. Fulham 9th. Actually, I think Sunderland will finish 10th. Yeah, Sunderland will finish 10th. All right, I'll keep the top 10 then. I think Sunderland. You know what? Sunderland still have a chance to get into Europe. You know, it's still not done. No, over to the top.
Yeah, I doubt that as well. To be fair, but hey, never say never.
They're only 3 points off. They're only 3 points off right now, so it's not done till it's done. Were you gonna say sorry? Didn't we cut you off?
No, what was I going to say? I think Sunderland finishing 10th. I think that would be the best performance by a newly promoted team since maybe Sheffield United in 2019-20. I believe they finished 9th.
No, I think it was Wolves.
No. Sheffield United was the season after Wolves got promoted. So.
No, because Wolves got Europe first season, I think.
No, I mean since Sheffield United, no promoted team has done better than Sunderland this season, where they finished 10th.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so there's that. But yeah, Sunderland. I mean, they kind of fell off a bit during the second part of the season. I think Sunderland fans have quite a gripe with Libra over that, considering he often does that. I think they did the same thing in the Championship last year. But hey, having said that, They're still a tough team. I wouldn't wish a stadium of light under the lights against any team. So, they're definitely a brilliant addition to the Premier League this season, so fair play to them. If they finish 10th, I mean, that's brilliant for them, and fair play.
Fair enough. 1 second. Let me just bring up the table again real quick. But yeah, that's it. Another big club getting relegated, Wolfsburg in Bundesliga might get relegated.
Damn, man.
Which is crazy, considering we've already seen Schalke go down. Considering, the season's, well, I wouldn't say a big club, but they're in my opinion, a bigger club than teams that have got relegated in recent times. Spurs could go down, and in the Thai league, I know you won't care about Thai league, but the team with the second most titles of all time in the Thai league might get relegated this season.
Damn.
They're the second most successful team in the Thai league in Thailand, and they might get relegated this season.
Was that a consequence of bad ownership, bad recruitment, just players being sick?
I think just ownership change and financial crisis issue. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Hertha Berlin, bro. Hertha Berlin were doing so much better than Union Berlin at one point, and then Union Berlin came out of nowhere and fucking finished above Hertha Berlin. Hanover as well, another one. Good to see then, I guess. Schalke coming back next season. Good to see. All right. So top 5, we predicted our Premier League table already. Also, have you seen the Enzo Fernandez thing? He's banned for 2 days. 2 games, excuse me.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I alluded to it earlier, but captain leads a legend, man. What can you say? Appointed captain by Chelsea Football Club after being racist, and then he goes on to does that. It's just ridiculous, really. I mean, player power has always been rife at Stamford Bridge, and it hasn't changed even with the ownership change. Abramovich leaving for Clear Lake. It's just, I don't know, man. Poison chalice being at Chelsea Football Club. You win, but in doing so, you sell your soul. So, it's a crazy institution. Not else to be said on my end.
That's 2 players twerking for Real Madrid in the last 2 weeks. Rodrigo Hernandez now. Oh, by the way, Rodri's already come out and said it's fake, so it's no longer. Rodri no longer says something about that. I think misquoting has been something that's been has been a huge problem in football interviews. Sometimes they take a little bit of context out and they misquote some players. So I think Rodri was a little bit it was a bit taken out of context. He did not say what he said. And Enzo Fernandez. Okay, yeah, maybe he did say something about that. Yeah, he did.
Enzo definitely said that, man.
Yeah, but Rodri already came out. I think Rodri came out and said he didn't say anything about that. Sky Sports reported that Rodri on the BBC Sport too.
Yeah, to be fair, that is bad.
What happened to Cucurella? Sorry, what were you saying?
No. I think if the BBC cited that, I think it is valid. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like you can take quotes out of context, or you can frame them in different ways than they were meant to be framed, which is probably what Rodri is talking about. But who knows, man? Who knows? Plus, they're Spanish, for Christ's sake, or speak Spanish at least. I mean, it makes sense that they'd want to go to Spain.
Chelsea are just acting like a stepping stone club. Trust me, they are. But yeah, that's the Premier League done. I think. Do you want to get to Champions League now? We haven't spoken on the Champions League yet.
Well, I mean, there's the Champions League show, but I suppose we can.
We do have the Champions League show.
Give our
We do have the Champions League show Monday, so we are going to talk about that one. Okay, do you know what? Fuck it. We'll talk Champions League on Monday's show. But this is Beyond the Ball. So we are actually, you know what? Yeah. We'll do Champions League on another show. I'll just change it to Premier League season so far. All right, fair enough. All right, then I guess we're gonna move on to. Do you want to do the World Cup talk a little bit, or do you want to do the final group stage talk? The group stage, the final group stages have been confirmed already.
I guess we talk about what's happened with World Cup qualification. This international break, obviously. I mean, we're going to have plenty to talk about the World Cup once it starts, or on the horizon just before it starts. There's stuff to talk about, whether it's Italy getting knocked out, or Sweden going through. Thanks to my striker, Victor Gyökeres. Under a competent attacking system, he would thrive, as he did in Portugal. But nevertheless, there's plenty to speak about there. Other stuff that's going on as well regarding that. Obviously, other teams have played friendlies and whatnot, and there's a bit to talk about there. Akvin, I assume you're aligned with Japan, and they beat England. So,
Yes,
we can talk about that if you want. But there's plenty to talk about with the international break and what's happening.
Or we could talk about the fact that Thailand have qualified for the A2027 Asian Cup. Last minute winner.
Yeah, you were there, weren't you?
I was there. Crazy scenes, man. Crazy scenes. But there might be like a mini vlog coming out soon, so stay tuned to that, people. I'm going to try and edit everything in place, so just stay tuned to that next week. I will get that done, so don't worry about that. Anything else? World Cup. All right, I'll just read you the final group stages then, I guess, because it's all been confirmed now. The final group stages have been confirmed. So Czech. So Group A is Czech, Mexico, South Africa, South Korea. Group B is Bosnia, fucking hell. Canada, Qatar, Switzerland. Should have been Italy. And Italy, you bottle jobs. Absolute bottle jobs. I'm fuming, man. Seriously. I support Italy if some of you guys don't know. It's embarrassing. Brazil, Haiti, Morocco, Scotland. Wow. Group D, Australia, Paraguay, Turkey, USA. Group E, Curacao, Ecuador, Germany, Ivory Coast. Group F, Japan, Netherlands, Sweden, Tunisia. Group G, Belgium, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. Group H, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, Spain, Uruguay. Group I, France, Iraq. Congrats, Iraq qualifying for the World Cup for the first time in like a very long time. Norway, Senegal. Group J, Algeria, Argentina, Austria, Jordan. Group K, Colombia, DR Congo, Portugal, Uzbekistan. And last but not least, Group L. Group L. Croatia, England, Ghana, Panama. So this past week we've seen Iraq, Sweden. Which are the teams that I missed out on that have qualified that I didn't speak on?
Obviously, Bosnia, Sweden. Who else? Was
Bosnia. There was 6 spots remaining. Oh, Turkey. Okay, Turkey as well. Yes, Turkey. Thank you.
Big up the Turkish.
Recap of international breaks. Yeah, we're doing that right now. Yeah, we're doing that right now. Proves that 2021 was Italia garbage. No, it wasn't a fluke.
Bosnia, Czech Republic, Sweden, Turkey, Congo, and Iraq.
It wasn't a fluke.
The teams that qualified during the international break were Bosnia, the Czech Republic, Sweden, Turkey, Congo, and Iraq. So there you have it.
Sorry, say it again.
The 6 teams that qualified for the World Cup during the international break were Bosnia, Czech Republic, Sweden, Turkey, DR, Congo, and Iraq.
It's been a very long time. You hope you're doing good, man.
Big up, you. Big up.
Actually,
big up.
Where you been? You? I hope you're doing good though. So Sticky, where you been, man? Long time no see. Sorry, continue, Josh.
Well, I mean, those are the teams that qualifies. What else can you say, man? Congratulations to Sweden, first of all. Victor Gyökeres, my striker. Bosnia, well done on defeating Italy. Yes, I'm still salty about Euro 2020. So, yeah, all of that. I think their last win at the World Cup since winning it in 2006 was, funnily enough, against England in 2014. So there you have it. Congratulations to the Czechs as well. It's a shame that Norgard won't be playing at the World Cup, but hey, obviously that's very low in my list of bothers at the minute. Congratulations to Turkey as well, alongside the Congo and Iraq. I believe Monkey D. Luffy put something in chat that was rather interesting as well as eye-opening. After 40 years, Iraq qualify again for the World Cup, and after 52 years, the Congo are at the World Cup again. And at the end of the day, you can have your own opinions about the World Cup expansion, but with those teams getting in again, with those countries getting in again, it's a brilliant story for them. With the likes of Curacao as well, it's a brilliant story. And
John, we are gonna do all-time 11s for every single country for the World Cup. As a challenge, we're gonna try and do it.
Bro, what the fuck do I know about Curacao players?
That's why we had the internet research.
Yeah, I suppose, man. But Christ above, that's a task. So I don't know if I'll be entirely sober for that one.
That's where people respect us. You know, we try and educate ourselves on new teams and new countries and try and learn a little bit of their history. You know what I mean? In the game for some time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Joshua congratulating Sweden for another reason, possibly.
What's that supposed to mean, fella?
I've not been too bad, bro. Not been too bad, my guy. Not been too bad, my guy. Wishing the same for you, though, brother. Wishing the same for you. Joshua loves Sweden, but not for Gyökeres. Buffon did nothing to help Italy get to Sweden either. I'm so glad they're all gone. These buffoons, bro. You know what I mean? Who are in the Italian FA. Absolute clowns. Yeah? Player development's been shit. Yeah? The player development's been crap. The manager selections have been awful. Yeah? It's just the whole thing with Italian FA, top to bottom, is useless. Alright? And the infrastructure in Italian football is so dead. I think this is a wake-up call for Italy now. Huge wake-up call for Italy. You're seeing their teams get knocked out of the Champions League very, very early. You're seeing Milan no longer be a European force. Inter getting slapped 5-0 in the Champions League final. You know, it's a joke, really. So, Syria, Italy, Italian football in general, and the Italian national team have a lot on their hands. And they need to wake up. Because
you could say they only won the Euros because they were playing England in the final, to be honest. Yeah, it seems really strange. I think I did say earlier, since they won the World Cup in 2006, they've only won one World Cup game, which was, funnily enough, against England in 2014. I think their last ever appearance at the World Cup was that infamous match against Uruguay, where Suarez bit Chiellini on the shoulder, which is insane. I was 9 years old, bro. Christ above.
Godin scored the winner. I remember that day.
Yeah, Dick Advocat left Curacao. He's no longer their manager. That is a shame. I like Dick Advocat. Okay, that's really bad out of context. I liked Advocat at Sunderland. Please don't clip that. That is crazy. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'll go to Martin Uni. Give me a book.
For the Dutch players. So are Indonesia. Indonesia is also full of Dutch players as well, like half Dutch players.
The same way Morris is full of English players that can get a call up from them.
Do you know what's this guy's name again? I'm starting to forget now. It's one of the Italian. He's Indonesian, but his brother is playing for the Netherlands, and he's playing. And one of the players is playing for Indonesia. It's like a brother, but he's playing for Indonesia.
Yeah, fuck this, man.
I'll need to go have a look. I'll need to go have a look. But I remember it was one. I remember he's a brother of a current footballer as well. Oli Strong was born in Curacao. The rest of the Netherlands. They need to have. Yes, thank you, Reinders. Do you know Tijani Reinders' brother is playing for the Indonesian national team right now? Did you know that?
Big ups.
Tijani Reinders, his brother is playing for the Indonesian national team. Because the Dutch and the Netherlands have, they kind of ruled, Dutch ruled Indonesia for a little while. Yeah, Reinders is half Indonesian, he's half Dutch. It's a mix. It's a mixture in the family. But that's what a lot of a lot of Dutch players as well. A lot of Dutch players. They need to have homegrown rule like Saudi League potentially. Last knockout World Cup match is the 2006 World Cup. Last World Cup, it win for Italy. You mean?
The last knockout game was the World Cup final.
Knockout game, my bad. Joshua White so dirty minded. Ruud Gullit, Seedorf, Wijnaldum, Virgil van Dijk, also Suriname. Well, it's actually a really good take. I mean, the Hoosterian football in Italy really does come full circle. But that's just what it is, though, bro. It's like the whole affair, the whole thing is a mess from top to bottom. There's no accountability for any of their players. They were under threat. They were in threat to miss out on the World Cup. Why didn't they make a change before? You know, why didn't they think about changing before the qualifiers? If they knew Gattuso was not going to work out, why didn't they think of bringing in a new manager before the World Cup or before qualifiers? You know, they barely scraped by Northern Ireland. And they lost to Bosnia on penalties. Bosnia, who have 40-year-old Edin Dzeko in their team. Fucking hell.
Oh, I don't disrespect Edin.
I'm not saying Edin Dzeko is bad. What I'm trying to say is it's just a mess, bro. It's just a mess.
I don't know. If Wales won on penalties against Bosnia in the semis, then I have no doubt Italy would have qualified for the World Cup.
I don't know, Renbeer. Same with Suriname and Curacao for Netherlands. No one wants to take the job. Yeah, but at the same time, even if no one wants to take the job, if the project's not enticing enough, there's no the player development in Italy is so shit. Why is there no proper talent coming up from Italian football? The only good players in the Italian national team right now are Donnarumma, who was an investment from the past. There's no real development now. Well, who else? Who else right now that you could think of and say, all right, he's an up-and-coming Italian player? Moise Kean, no. Coyote, not yet. We don't know. We haven't seen the best of Coyote yet. You know, Donnarumma is the only guy because he's an investment from the past. He's played for PSG, played for AC Milan, won titles. You know, he's won the Champions League. Tonali won a title. He's an investment from the past. Barella, investment from the past. You know, there's so many players. DeMarco's an investment from the past. And the development is trash, bro. It is trash. There's no up-and-coming Italian player. Even Bastoni, another one. Bastoni is another good player. You know, one of the best players, probably one of the best defenders in the world. But this is exactly my point, guys. It's just what I'm saying is the development in Italian football is fucking useless. Chiesa.
No, it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that.
Sorry, go on.
No, sorry. Carry on.
I was just gonna say Chiesa is a very good player. Utilize him to his best abilities. You know, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke, man. Honestly, unbelievable. Go on, Josh, mate. Sorry.
So I just want to say quickly, like I remember when we signed Calafiori, summer 2024, and I can't remember who it was. I can't exactly remember how the quote went, but the whole message was like, we could not afford to let this guy leave Italy for whatever reason. I feel like they place a lot of importance on Calafiori, and I think that says a lot about Italy's current situation regarding player development. As you've mentioned there, it does seem quite bleak at the minute. Yeah. And listen, Italy are a footballing behemoth. They're a country with a very rich heritage when it comes to football.
4 World Cups, 3
And and worldwide as well. So for them to not qualify for 3 World Cups in a row is nothing short of a farce. And who knows if Iran get kicked out, maybe Italy get forced back in. But I don't know, man. I think there was a lot of people discussing that, considering America has a very good relationship with Italy and Italians in the past. But yeah, I don't see it happening. And yeah, it is a travesty. It is a travesty. But also, fuck 'em, because of Euro 2020. So, yeah. I mean, let's not forget here, Akman. You talk about player development and whatnot, but they won the Euros 5 years ago. Like, it hasn't been all doom and gloom. You know what I mean?
But you just said it there, bro. 5 years ago. What have they done since 5 years? Nothing.
Yeah, I understand. But I mean, there are certain countries, such as mine, that haven't won anything for 60 odd years, and we're not in a crisis apparently because we're qualifying for World Cups. I mean, we failed to qualify for one tournament in about 30 years, over the last 30 years, and that's deemed an embarrassment. Which I guess relates to the standards that Italians have compared to English people and what Italy are expected to do on the world stage. But yeah, it is bleak. It is bleak, and it simply isn't good enough for Italy. No doubt about that.
Biggest competition in sports history and the most iconic and the most prestigious. Then that's it. And you have the Italians, the second most winners, missing out World Cup after World Cup after fucking World Cup. 3 in a row now. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. That's it. Pretty simple. 4 times. Exactly, remember. 4 times. Italy have won it 4 times. Yeah? 4 times. And they've not been able to qualify 3 times. If they don't qualify next time, that would mean 4 World Cups in a row, the same amount of World Cup qualifiers same amount of World Cups they've missed in a row as they've won World Cup titles, which would be the biggest clown show in international football history. They better qualify for the next World Cup, bro. I don't know how Norway got so good, but the fact that Norway got into that first place spot, yeah, says a lot about Italy. And I don't care if Italy have a chance to win the World Cup or not. Respect the history and the heritage of the country and qualify for the World Cup. Italians are starving. It's going to be 12 years. 12 years since their last World Cup. Sorry, yeah, it's been 12 years since their last World Cup. And it'll be 16 the next time they qualify for one. Or if they miss out, that could be 16 years. This is now 12 years ago that they played their last World Cup game. It'll be 16 very, very soon. And that's embarrassing for a country like Italy, who have the history and the heritage of the World Cup. 4 times winners. 1 behind Brazil. It's a joke, man. Seriously, I don't know how long this will go on for. I genuinely don't. And then some Italian guy put out a tweet saying countries like Haiti shouldn't be in the tournament. There you go. There you go. Simple. Watch 2006-2007. It's the national team anthem. So much passion. The other day, the players were still playing singing, barely singing. You said it there. Passion. Who is someone that they can look forward to in the Italian national team? With Portugal, they look forward to playing alongside Ronaldo. In Argentina, they look forward to playing alongside Messi. Who the fuck do Italy have? They don't have anyone. There's no there's nobody that's idolized in the Italian national team. There's no someone they idolize in the Italian national team. They don't deserve to qualify for the World Cup. If you watch both the games, you'll understand it's not even hard to notice the mistakes. Exactly.
I suppose so, man.
Yeah, man. I'll be in my 30s the next time Italy in the World Cup. Man. Fucking hell. Sad. They don't have.
That's crazy.
Sorry.
That is absolutely crazy. You'll be in your 30s when we have the chance to go to another World Cup.
I would have been in my teenage years the last time Italy were in a World Cup, and I'd be in my 30s next time. Crazy.
Cross the ball. I mean, you were, what, 7 years old when they won it in 06? I mean, madness.
Surely next time they have to qualify. Surely, right? Surely next time.
Well, I mean, if FIFA continue with the never-ending expansion of the tournament, then I don't see why not. But, you know, they'll probably still find a way to fuck it up.
Here, next World Cup, it's going to be Morocco, Spain, and Portugal.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
The time zones will be a lot better than they are this year anyway, if you're from England, for example.
They don't have a good number to like they used to. There's no passion, there's no vision, there's no aggression. Hey, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace to Angry Rant Man. A guy that I used to watch in my teenage days as well, you know. Sad. Those two shouldn't be mentioned. Anyways. That's Italy. I guess that's the big news of the international break. And, yeah, man. The rest of it, I think we can just save it for the World Cup show.
Yeah, I feel like the World Cup will provide so much content. We better not go too deep into it at the minute. I think talking about the teams that qualified is probably the best way to go about it. So yeah.
Yeah, well, Iraq 40 years, and Bolivia. Congo have not made the World Cup since 1970. What? 1972? Is it?
It would be 74. It would be 74.
74.
Or 1970. Yeah, 74. That's it. Yeah.
1974. Yeah, thank you. Japan have changed their managers many times, but they're still strong because Japan have a heritage. You know, they have a heritage. The current players don't even want to play in the group stage. Bro, those players should look at the bench and see Buffon and Gattuso be inspired. They both won the World Cup in 2006. They did. Facts. I was almost 4 years old when Materazzo got headbutted by Zidane. Bro, I was 6 years old at the time.
I was 1 year old. I was 1 year old, man. Fucking hell.
I was turning...
Suffice to say, I don't remember that game.
Crazy.
Is there anything else to talk about? I mean, with the World Cup, it's its own unique thing. I think it'll be the first major tournament you cover, isn't it, on this channel? So it's going to be unprecedented. There's going to be mistakes, but it's going to be more authentic than ever. So tune into that. Make sure you do.
We spoke on the Italy missing out on the World Cup. I changed the title, people. We're not going to talk about the World Cup entirely now. It's just going to be another show. It's just a show about Italy missing out on the World Cup. We're going to talk about the FA Cup, and we're going to wrap it up, people. It's been a really good show. I really enjoyed this, Josh.
Well, I've enjoyed it as well. I have a new sense of freedom with my camera off because I'm not trying to look max all the time, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
It's all good, man.
And hey, listen, it's been too long since we last did the Beyond the Ball show, so enjoy it while you can, people. Best show on the internet, as I described at the beginning.
You know what, Josh? We are going to do a lot of these Beyond the Ball shows during the World Cup. So this will be our regular weekly World Cup show, Beyond the Ball World Cup show. We're going to do World Cup predictions and everything on Beyond the Ball as well as off the Beyond the Ball.
Hold on. Are we not doing a separate World Cup show?
We are. But
because I feel Beyond the Ball, we're talking about what's happened beyond the ball. If we start talking about what we think might happen or what has happened with the ball, I think
issues in the World Cup, issues on the pitch. Yeah. I hear you. So I would say so. Yeah, I think we could do that as well. I think this will be a regular show during the World Cup still. You know what I mean?
Fair enough, Akevin. Fair enough. Listen, Beyond the Ball will be about during the summer, although not as much as it would have been because obviously there is the most major sporting tournament going on. There's going to be plenty of drama about that. I suppose we could fit a Beyond the Ball episode after the group stages have ended, if there's been any major incidents regarding, I don't know, if there's a shooting at the States, in the States, I don't know. If something like that happens, we'll be sure to discuss it. We'll try and put a football lens on that if that does happen. But could be a dangerous thing to talk about. Regardless, Beyond the Ball will return. Beyond the Ball will return, certainly by the end of the season when the final curtain has been drawn to summarise what's happening across the footballing world. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. And no, do not listen to betting odds. They're a load of bollocks.
Oh, not listen to betting odds.
There's a reason why Thailand have banned it. Come on.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean, I agree. We've got one of the best squads, but I think man for man Portugal are better. Man for man France are better. Obviously, Argentina are the winners, and they've got the best player of all time on their hands. You also have other teams knocking about, like your I was going to say Belgium, but I fancy them against us now. But I mean, England certainly aren't the second favourites to win it.
So Dembele.
I know. We've got Sir Harold Edward Kane. So, hold that.
Continue your saying earlier, mate. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No. I'm saying there's better teams than England about right now. I forgot Spain as well, the team that fucking beat us in the Euro final. So there you have it. They've probably got a better team than us. Well, I reckon it's quite 50-50 there, but they certainly played better than us. Obviously, I touched on our loss against Japan and the late draw against Uruguay, where Manuel Ugarte got booked twice and didn't get sent off. So there you have it. Yeah. Valverde shushing Wembley in a friendly. Strange guy. But I suppose make the most of it.
I guess for the World Cup, we are going to talk about, I guess we are going to talk about the I'm going to say again. Sorry, I forgot. I lost it. Sorry about that.
No worries, boss.
We'll talk about everything in another show. Yeah, Rashford solo run. Yeah, man. A lot of stuff has happened in international football this week. A lot of good things have happened this week in international football. The football season is back though. But sorry, finish your point, Josh. Finish your point.
What was my point anyway?
No, you were saying something and they cut you off just now a bit.
No, I can't remember what I was saying. It's just, I mean, what else can I say, man? We'll just see how it goes, que sera, how club football ends. We'll have to wait and see. How the World Cup commences, we'll have to wait and see. Beyond the Ball will be back, and make sure you tune into it because, like today, it is full of golden content, golden moments, golden conversations, difficult conversations, emotional conversations. For example, right off the bat on this show, we had to discuss our 5 favourite football players of all time. So, emotional stakes are quite high, and you better be sure that you should tune into it.
100%. I guess for the World Cup, I will be supporting Portugal. That's what I was going to say. And probably, also, forgot to mention this, 8 Asian countries playing this year and 10 African countries. So that's going to be really, really, that's huge for Asian football. I'm very happy to see. I get it. They're not going to do amazing at the World Cup, but I think it'll be something that we can look back on and say, wow, it's something great for Asian football, for sure, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna move on, I guess, now. Unless you got one more thing to add, or anything before we go to the FA Cup.
No, there's nothing else for me to add. I think I'm done on that aspect.
All right, then FA Cup quarterfinals this weekend. We got the big one, Liverpool away at Manchester City. So Manchester City taking on Liverpool. 6:45 p.m. kickoff for me. 12:45 p.m. kickoff in the UK. Early kickoff. That's great. I can't wait. What are you saying though, man? Some interesting fixtures this weekend.
Well, I mean, Chelsea Port Vale, get that out of the way. I mean, Chelsea will win about 5-0. 3 past Wembley for Mr. Vincent Liam.
3-0 Chelsea.
5-0 Chelsea. What is it? West Ham versus Leeds, or is it Leeds versus West
Ham? I think it's West Ham Leeds. Yeah. No, Southampton Arsenal. Go on first. Go on, bro. You take it away.
Southampton Arsenal. Southampton are one of the form teams in England at the minute, which isn't great. How we bounce back from the Carabao Cup final defeat will be interesting to see. Kepa will probably be in goal again. I didn't have a problem with him starting in the final. My concerns were more superstitious, and they turned out to be correct. But at the end of the day, he's our cup goalkeeper, and one mistake in the final isn't going to change. So the ragdoll cat I'm looking after is scratching in the background. I do apologise for that. I'm going to try and talk over it. Kepa will be starting. I think Norgard will be starting after his disappointment with Denmark not to reach the knockout stages of the World Cup, or should I say the league phase of the World Cup. Not qualifying for the World Cup in general is what I should have said, but he'll be starting. Jesus will probably be starting, God knows why. But I think we do need to go strong. We do need to bounce back. We do need to rebuild momentum going into, obviously, the most crucial part of the season, these last 2 months, the business end. Quadruple's been pissed out the wall. It's funny you say curse, Monkey, because as I mentioned earlier, he did win the Manager of the Month. And if you know, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah,
alongside April being statistically his worst tenure as a football manager. I mean, it's not looking good whatsoever. But yeah. Regardless, again, apologies for this cat going insane. It's
no, that's fine.
What the fuck is he doing? Anyway, I think he's in his cat litter.
Don't worry, I literally have, bro. In my building, yeah, there's people who have obviously not people who live inside the building, but there's cats around it, right? Cats around the building, bro. There's cats fighting every single day, bro. Pretty much, I can hear them from my room. It's crazy.
Fair enough. It's crazy out there, man. But
it is.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough game. Southampton are pushing for the playoff places. I think there are lots of Wrexham on points. I think Wrexham drew today, so they're probably a point above them, but Southampton will have had the game in hand. Oh man, what else can I say? Oh, sorry about that. I mean, if you want me to go on to my prediction,
up to you, bro. You can preview more if you want.
Yeah. I gave my preview. It'll be a tough game. In terms of predictions. You know what? I'm going to go with something rather ballistic. I'll go 4-3 Arsenal. Do I truly believe that will happen? Probably not, but I get the sense that something like that could occur. So
what if
I'll go with that.
whatever another Reading game type, whatever another Reading type game happens, you end up winning 7-5.
Oh fucking hell, can't wait for that. But yeah, I'll be down the local to the house I'm staying at. So hopefully it'll be enjoyable. Hopefully I won't throw my beer bottles at the TV. All pint glasses. And hopefully Arsenal will be booking a second trip to Wembley this season. But it's against Southampton. They're one of the form teams in England at the minute. It's going to be tough. I'll go 4-3.
Will you get a third trip to Wembley is the question. For me, I'm gonna keep it straightforward. I'll let you speak on Arsenal. I don't really have much to say. I think you'll win with your I think you'll play your second team and still win the game. I'll go like 3-0, 3-1 Arsenal, even 2-0. I don't know. I think Arsenal will win by a margin. I don't know what to go for. I'll just go for
bro. Southampton are in red hot form.
3-0 Arsenal.
I don't know. It won't be as easy as you may think.
I'll go 3. Should be a win. But yeah, that's my prediction for that. Chelsea Port Vale. Have you given your prediction for that one?
Yeah, 5-0 Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea. West Ham Leeds. What's your prediction for that one?
West Ham Leeds.
2-1 West Ham, please. Or 3-1 West Ham. 1, please.
2-1 West Ham. I'll go with that as well. Yeah.
3-1 West Ham. All right. I guess that's that. We'll get to the preview for Man City Liverpool now. Let's preview this game. Obviously, City off the back of a cup win against Arsenal, looking to go back to Wembley again. We would need to win against Liverpool. I did say at one point that I think Liverpool can beat Man City this game, but I think this is now switched. I think with the form Liverpool are on right now, I think it might be a little bit different. I'm probably going to go the way, but we'll see. What's your thoughts on the game, man, Josh? This is gonna be a big game.
Yeah, so I just messaged you in the private chat. I'm gonna have to be gone for a few minutes because the house is honking. If you just continue for 1 or 2 minutes, and I'll be back. When I'm unmuted, you'll know that I'm back here. So
yeah,
see you for about 2 minutes.
No worries. I'll just get to other fixtures before we get back to City Liverpool, I guess. I'll see other fixtures on the weekend. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you're new around here, people. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys help us get to 600 subscribers. We're almost at 600 subscribers. We're now 21 subs away. 1 sub to 580. 21 subs to 600. Come on, guys. You know the drill. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get we're trying to get there, people. We're really trying to get as close. And also Atletico Madrid Barca, right? I think. If I'm not mistaken, I think Atletico Madrid Barca as well. Back-to-back games you're playing against Atletico Madrid. Gonna be a big one. You're playing Atletico Madrid 3 times in a row. I think. 3 times in the space of 2 weeks. Atletico Madrid Barca. I think Barca will win 2-1. I think Barca will win that game 2-1. Napoli AC Milan. I'm gonna go with 3-4. 3-4. Atletico Madrid, Napoli AC Milan, 2-1 AC Milan.
Fairs, man.
Yeah, some big games. What's your prediction for Napoli Milan and what's your prediction for Atletico Madrid Barca? Because Barca are playing Atletico Madrid 3 times in the space of 4 weeks, which is crazy.
I assume you're on about the league again. For Barca, let's see. I'll go 2-1 Barca. Actually, no, I'll go with a 1-1 draw. Yeah, I'll go with a 1-1 draw. In terms of Napoli versus Milan, AC Milan, I'll go 2-1 Napoli. I think I'll go 2-1 Napoli there. Don't have much reasoning behind either of those predictions, but I'll go with it regardless. Regarding Barca versus Atleti, I think both sides will have one eye on the Champions League quarterfinal. Granted, Barcelona are in the midst of the La Liga title race, so they wouldn't want to slip up there. But listen, Atleti are a quality side, and Barcelona could find it very difficult. There's no doubt about that. Will they? I think so. So I'll go with a 1-1 draw there. Granted, Monkey D. Luffy has just said they're suffering from the loss of a few players, but I don't think that will affect their game plan at all. I don't think it will affect the quality of their game at all, or that much, or to a detrimental extent. So I'll still fancy Atleti to nick something from this game.
And what was your prediction for Napoli AC Milan again? Sorry.
2-1 Napoli. If Napoli are the home side, 2-1 Napoli.
Okay, fair enough. Anyways, back to Man City Liverpool. That's the biggest game of the week. We might as well get there, people. Let's get there. All right. What are you saying though? What's your preview of this game? Let's preview this game.
Preview of this game: Man City high on confidence from that Carabao Cup final victory.
Crazy.
Liverpool aren't as high in confidence, I should say. I feel the key to this game is the fact that it's being played at the Etihad rather than at Anfield. If it was at Anfield, I would have fancied Liverpool to go through, but as it's at the Etihad, I think the opposite would occur. Also, I won't give my prediction yet, but I think City have players returning from injury. They've got a taste for winning now with their new nucleus of players, with their nucleus of young talent, the likes of Cherki, Reinders, Aït-Nouri, Semenyo. I think Doku didn't win anything before that Carabao Cup final victory. Or I could be tripping. Yes, I am tripping. Never mind. Forget what I said about Doku there. But regardless, the likes of James Trafford as well. So there's going to be confidence breathing through that squad. It's Donnarumma's first trophy in English football as well. Obviously, he has already won in England, but for his national team instead. So I think City have all the confidence to book a second appearance at Wembley this season. Lest we forget, in Pep Guardiola's time at Manchester City, he's only failed to reach Wembley once, which was funnily enough during his Centurion season. I think he lost 1-0 to Wigan in the last 16. So it goes to show that Pep has the FA Cup's number, and I don't think Liverpool will provide too much stern opposition there. They are a very poor outfit under Arne Slot, and I think that will show. I think it'll be very similar to the league game. I'll go 3-0 City. I think it'll be a repeat of what we saw in the league before the last international break of 2025.
Yeah, man. I think Liverpool, well, the last time they played in this competition was what, a Liverpool win?
Yes, the 2022 semi-final, if I'm not mistaken.
2022 semi-finals. So that one, Liverpool won 3-2. It was 3-0. Then Liverpool, then City almost pulled it back. They literally scored 2 late goals to pull it back. And then I remember, I think City nearly scoring at the death. They were this close. I think they hit the post. I think City could have equalized. But
I think Liverpool played their first team and City played their entire second string. However, that second string was still insane. So, yeah, a bit of context there. But, yeah, Liverpool got the better of them last time. But like I said, this is at the Etihad, Man City are off the back of winning a trophy. I can't see Pep chucking another opportunity to visit Wembley off the wall. So
I remember they were saying about Man City winning the league, and then they said Man City's B team will finish 4th. Mourinho said Man City B team will finish 4th. Because that's how good it was. Like, City actually had 2 good teams. I remember they were talking about City.
They did.
Man City B team will finish 2nd.
Well, they do, I'd argue, but regardless. Their squad depth obviously isn't as good as it was then. But it's good what you said about Mourinho quote. That sums it right up. Man City could chuck out an entire second rotated 11 against Liverpool and still feel aggrieved that they didn't at least take it to extra time. So there you have it.
City have not lost home or away in the FA Cup for many years. The last time they lost in the FA Cup at home or away was
Wigan
2021, I think.
No, they were in the semi-finals. Then they lost to Chelsea at Wembley.
Oh yeah, they lost.
It was Wigan. Pep's only failed to get to Wembley once in the FA Cup. That was 2018, the Centurion year. Losing to Wigan, Will Grigg on fire.
2019, I think, was the last time they lost. Oh no, sorry. They won the domestic treble that year. My bad. 2016-17 was the last time they
Ackman,
Yeah.
trust me, the last time they first get to Wembley was
I remember
2018.
I remember that.
2017, Pep's first season, they still got to the semi-finals.
Bro, Wigan Athletic have Man City's number for some reason in the FA Cup. I don't know what it is, but
No,
City
bigger
always.
club. Who cares? I'm just
But
saying.
it's gonna be a big game. I remember the final. Yeah, the Smash Watford 6-0. Yeah, I remember that one.
Shaq was there, I think. Oh no, he was there for the semi-final.
Oh, because you knew you were gonna get thrashed by City, so you didn't go for the final, did you?
That's probably what Jacques thought, yeah. No, he went to the semi-final against Wolves. Wolves were 2-0 up. Watford pulls it back in the last 10 minutes and then scored the winner in extra time. I think that's his best football going memory.
But yeah, I guess we will talk about this City Liverpool game real quick again. My thoughts on the game, it's gonna be a big game, man. It's gonna be a big game. It's gonna be a game where, I think both sides will go at it. Liverpool, this is one of their only chances at a trophy, one of the final few chances at winning a trophy, because I think Champions League might be a bit of a stretch until playing PSG. City away will be tough. But in the cup games, they can definitely do something. Do I think Liverpool will win? I said weeks ago Liverpool will win this cup game. I don't think they will anymore now. I don't think anymore. Isak is coming back. There's no point. No point. You might as well sit him out for the rest of the season. He's not going to make it back for PSG. Unless they make the FA Cup final, then he has a chance of playing in that. But Liverpool making top four, do they really need Isak for that? No, they might as well just rest him until next season. Man. Liverpool midweek game. I know they have PSG. Yeah, PSG. So it'll be tough. But yeah, having said all that, Liverpool going away to City, record wise not so great. Obviously, they won last year in the Premier League 2-0. But in terms of the cup games, the last time Liverpool City met was in 2022, like Josh mentioned, and Liverpool won that one at Wembley 3-2. Or the FA Cup game, excuse me, because the last time Liverpool met Man City was in the FA Cup, so it was in the League Cup 2022. They met, and the City won 3-2. So that one's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in this game. Can Liverpool turn up? Can City go strong after that cup final win against Arsenal? Will that push them on? Will that give them a bit of a boost of confidence? We shall see, man. We shall see. So it depends. It's up at stake here. FA Cup semi-final place is up for grabs. So both teams are going to want to go for it. Who do I think has the advantage? I think City because they're at home. I think, shall we just get to prediction and wrap it up, or do you want to add anything more?
Nah, there's nothing else to say really. I think this is. I think it's obvious what's going to happen in this game.
I am going to go for a City win.
3-0 City.
Actually,
I think Alisson hasn't made it back either, and I don't think he'll play in either PSG game.
Alisson's out for the rest of the season, bro, or almost the rest of the season.
Damn,
he's out.
And we know how crucial he was to Liverpool not getting battered by PSG last season. So God knows what's going to happen this year.
He's out for at least almost 2 months. Almost. If he comes back, he'll come back for the final 3 games of the season, which I don't think Liverpool will be in any cup competitions by then. So yeah, we'll see. Do I have any more to say on this game? Not really. I've already given my thoughts. Shall I get to prediction?
We gave our predictions.
I'm gonna go. Oh no, not prediction. Sorry. Semi-final. When's the draw? Sorry. When's the draw for this? Is it Sunday for the West Ham Leeds game?
It'll be after. Yeah, it'll be before the Sunday game, if I'm not mistaken.
Cool. I think that concludes the show. It's been a great show, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, please, and subscribe to both channels. My channel over here, 1 sub to 580. Can we get there right now? Can we get there very, very soon, people? Just afterwards. You know the drill. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Turn your notification bell so you don't miss an upload, you don't miss a live, you don't miss a video in general. I'll be uploading some stuff this week, live back on Monday. Or live, yeah. I guess we're gonna go live on Monday for the Champions League show. Josh will be there, and the rest of the lads will be there as well. And NBA show back on Monday. Stay tuned for that, people. Getting very close to the playoffs now. Also on race weekends, I know there's no race on race weekends this month because the Bahrain GP and the Saudi Arabia GP has been cancelled. We are still gonna do shows on the weekend. Don't worry, people. You're not going nowhere. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm really close to 600. One sub to 580 if we can get there right now, people. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, I guess. Josh, any last words before we go? Check out
Arsenal, try not to mess it up. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed to me, please do. But as always, the main priority is the AN Sports channel, so subscribe to that. And Beyond the Ball, episode 18 will be another banger, inevitably, which will probably take place after the season has reached its conclusions.
Can't wait, guys. Can't wait. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Stay tuned. We are going to do more episodes very, very soon. If we get some big football news or whatnot, we can talk about this. It could be a transfer show in the summer as well. We could talk a lot about Beyond the Ball, what's happening at the World Cup, and all the good stuff, what we learned after each match week, and or at least matches played and all the good stuff. As for over here, like I said, people, we are 21 subs to 600. Come on, guys. You know the drill. Hit that love button, share and subscribe.
And peace.
And go subscribe to Josh's channel, people. Sorry about that one. Go subscribe to Josh's channel. The link is in the description of the video. And check it out. Let's get into 50 so you can go live, people. Big up, Josh. Thank you for joining today, bro. Hope you're doing good. And and then, yeah, I guess we'll see you guys very, very soon, people. Take care. Like, share, and subscribe. One sub to 580. Give me one sub, people. Come on. Come on, United. Places out in your side. Take care.
Come on, Arsenal.